Groaning like a geezer.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of GRAYBEARD'S Studio. It's where the old guys hang out and draw funny pictures. Today's going to be a special episode because we're launching Gary's, finally we're launching Gary's art book, Brush with Destiny. It's on Fund My Comic, and you'll find the link in the description of this video if you're watching live or even if you're watching in reruns. So anyway, let's bring in the crew, get this show on the road. And first off, we have the man of the hour, Gary Martin. There he is. Hey, Gary.
Look how much taller I am than you. Ha ha.
You actually are. You only get a couple inches on me.
Yeah, that's what I do in my spare time.
Yeah, well, you got to do something. All right, we're going to bring in David Williams because David, of course, picked the categories for this week's show. And I love how David always picks categories that benefit him. It's kind of like Batman or Superman or, you know, it's like he's stacking the deck against us. But anyway, here he is. He never cheats. He's always an honest guy. It's David Williams. There he is.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Superman. Yes, it's Superman.
I thought you were going to keep going through the whole thing.
Yeah, David's running out of iconic characters.
I know. What is he going to do we're going to put a no superheroes rule on the show, and then he'll just freak out. But we're expecting great things from you, David, on this one today. So
what's going to happen?
Let's bring in Kelsey. Kelsey's being a little weird today. Let's see let's find out what's going on here with him.
Well, that's why. No. You got. Let me finish my sentence. Okay. I'm high tech. I'm being high tech today. Here you go. I'm doing it digitally.
I just pumped up David saying what an honest guy he was, and now I'm going to say what a cheater you are if you're going digital today instead of traditional. So,
well, if you guys are going to saddle me with all this boring old fart trash, I'm going to do something interesting by doing digital. All right.
You talk to David. He picked this, man.
Superman.
And I quote you, Superman, boring old fart trash.
Look, next time I'm going to pick boring, more boring, or most boring, and see which one people pick.
Yeah.
Boring new fart trash.
Oh, right out of the gate, man. So Kelsey started this drawing in the green room like 30 seconds before we went live, and he's already done with it. That's just how fast this digital stuff works. Amazing.
Yeah, it's all in the digital. That's what it is.
It's a computer drawing for you. It's that's the button. It says draw Kelsey, and it just there you go.
Here, look, I'll show you in real time here.
There it is. There it is. What a cheater.
I just have to follow along as fast as possible, but
Yeah.
It's a good thing this isn't a competition, because you get docked some points on this one. Let's talk a little bit here real quickly before we do our show and tell. Gary is launching Brush with Destiny. Let's go take a look at that campaign real quick. And Gary, you can give everybody your sort of rundown on what am I doing? Am I in the wrong screen? I'm looking at
this
myself.
is GRAYBEARD'S, Aaron.
No. I was looking at my YouTube feed instead of the StreamYard feed, and I'm like 10 seconds behind. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not doing that right now. What's going on?
You're at the
I
Medal of
know.
Honor awards, Aaron. Give the award. Don't walk away.
Where am I? Oh, age is a terrible thing. Okay, here we go. This is Gary. This is your campaign for your book, Brush with Destiny. So go ahead and
Yes, we're
talk us through
finally
it.
launching it. It started up a little while ago. And it's on Fund My Comic. Based on Kelsey's recommendation, I went with those guys. So it was a flawless, easy, glitch-free process for me. I did it in a couple of hours. But I had, everything ready for it, all the art and text and everything. So I just posted a few pieces that's going to be in the book. I've got different rewards. They call them rewards. They're not rewards. You're paying for them. Yeah, well, you're paying for them. Art print sets. I have a few copies of my inking book. I think one's gone already. I think I have 7 left. That book is way out of print. What else? Original art. I've got several pieces that will appear in the book, and if those sell, I can add some more.
Look at Gal. Look at Gal Godot right there. Ooh.
What else we want to talk about? This book is collecting my favorite pieces that I've done in the last decade or so for comic conventions, for art prints, private commissions, or just pieces that I just had in my head that I had to get down on paper.
How many hours do you think represented in this book?
Oh, shoot. That's a good
How
question.
many hours at the table?
That's a good question. I probably average about maybe 20 hours per piece.
Okay, so
And
now
Wow.
there's over 100 pieces in the book.
extrapolate then. If you were like Kelsey and did it all digitally, it would have taken you like what?
Yeah, about 20 minutes.
I just want to clarify that. This is all done traditionally.
Right.
is
It's all
really
mostly with a brush. There's very little pen. I don't pen. The pen is the tool of Satan.
I do mine mostly with a brush too. It's called a brush. Look at this brush.
Yeah, he's got a digital brush. Look at that. He can just. Oh, it's amazing.
So yeah, I think using a pen is cheating. I mean, that's just how I'm wired. I don't know why. I can't explain that. But
When you're at the bank signing checks, do you do it with a brush?
I asked them if they have one.
Yeah, you got a brush.
One of those old, yeah, I'll settle for one of those old feather crow quills, but
Yeah.
those anymore.
I was watching Shelley was watching this British TV show on Netflix or one of these, Hulu or whatever. And this guy murdered a dude by sticking one of those old pens in his head, his temple.
Jeez.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah,
that's what
they're-
happened in Batman.
yeah.
They're handy.
The pen is truly mightier than the sword.
That's right. That's right.
I think Bullseye used a pen in one of the Daredevil comics that Frank Miller did. So it's a weapon for sure. But Gary uses the weapon of the brush, which is
Yeah,
soft.
and I'm kind of have given up on keeping the art form alive. Technology's kind of taken over.
Yeah, look
It's
at Kelsey.
rare now that someone will decide to put the time in to learn how to ink with a brush. So those of you who are still out there and want to learn some tricks, my book is available that teaches a lot of brush techniques.
Yeah, send one to Kelsey. Get him off that computer.
I have.
Well, there's several editions. This is the latest edition that I'm offering. There is a chapter in this latest edition on digital inking.
Oh, look at that!
Look at
I was not consulted for this.
No.
He's drawing Gary. Look
Yeah,
at
I didn't write the chapter on digital inking as a guest author. just wrote that chapter because I know Jack
Is he inking
squat.
with a feather duster?
I know.
Yeah,
Jack
he's got his
squat
fancy
about-
feather
Look at
dust
there's
pen.
see, look at Gary. That's Gary
Inks.
digitally. That's a digital rendition of Gary inking traditionally.
Ink
Yeah, I
flying
can't-
everywhere.
It's
Well,
almost Al
exactly,
Hirschfeld-esque.
That's what happens. I forget where I've inked, and I put my hand on it, and it ruins because the little beads of ink that pile up. I can't keep track of those. And
Some smoke coming off of it.
the one thing that I like about inking with a crook wheel is that when it dries, when you erase over it, you don't erase the lines like you do with brush inking.
Right, because it sits on top of the paper
Right.
where the brush soaks into the paper, and then you erase some of the paper, and it dulls the ink. It's
Right.
Very true.
Yep.
Very true. See the things you learn, Kelsey, about traditional art stuff. It's just amazing.
I'm gonna turn Aaron into Beaker right now. Let me
I
see
would
what
tell you,
I can
man,
do.
I'm gonna be riding this train this whole show. So
There you go.
get ready. Okay, well, as we look at Gary's campaign, you guys, again, the link is in the description of this video. Also, the links to Wraith of God Bloodhunter, my campaign, which I am finished with. I just checked off the lettering for Kit Carter, which was the final backup story. So it's 108 pages, all going to the designer this week, hopefully to the printer next week. So you want to get in there and back before I close that baby down. David Williams, of course, illustrated the wonderful Bass Reeves West of Hell. You'll find a link to that in the description. And of course, Kelsey Shannon, the digital man, has a sketchbook called Scribbles on Fund My Comic, and that we need to get that over 20 grand. It's teetering right there, and so the link is in the description of this video as well.
Lots of digital and traditional in that book.
So you mixed it up.
Yeah,
Tradigital.
Is that me?
tradigital.
Is that grumpy me? Is that?
I'm trying to get like grumpy you.
Oh my gosh!
No digital. Yeah.
That's too much chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you
Give
spell?
me-
Yeah.
Oh, no dig, Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
there's
this.
too much chin. I need
Kelsey can
to.
like entertain friends and family for hours when they come over to his house. He just draws little things on his 30-second sketches on his techno pad.
Got his best soy beard going on here. Let
There
me
you
see.
go.
I use the finest of traditional equipment.
Kelsey, you could easily make minimum wage doing this at a carnival.
Well, it's
Yeah.
more than I'd be making now. So yeah.
Oh boy, this show's off to a great start. I'm loving it. Let's address the chat. See who's here that's getting punished by all this. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here. He's first one in the door. You get nothing for that. But we appreciate your attendance. Green Laser is here. Let's see here. He says, as Aaron would say, Leg Kick is here. Yeah, okay, I just said that.
Yeah.
Schism. Hail all Superman made of gold. Wonder who wins. Well, we know who's cheating already. So let's see. Brian Rubinacher is here. Kino, I keep wanting to say Kino Reeves, but it's Kino Reviews. Bright Bulb Photography. David Williams, first place. David Williams, second place. Brohawk, third place. If only it were a competition. Red Sands of Mars is here.
How do you spell artisanal?
Red Sands of Mars says, it's been a week and I'm still impressed by David Williams' Batman designs. Batman wearing the Robin costume design first is genius. Look at that. Tashiro's here. Anakin Eudofia, first time catching us live. How about that? Well, thank you very much. Gary Martin's here. Good to know that. Repairman Jack. Citizen Ronan, Brian Norton, all the way from Japan. Bill Maxwell is here. Joseph Dredd, Dan the Pizza Man, Genovese, Caleb Reynolds. Let's see here. We got Well Read Comics is here. Duck Bacon says, hail Lopez, hail D Wams, hail Kelsey, hail Master Martin. Look at that. Hail chat.
Hello.
Excuse me.
I said hello.
I use the finest. Oh, did he not say hi to you? Oh, he did.
What?
Okay, you're saying hello back. I got you.
Yeah.
It sounded a little sarcastic, like you're like, well, hello to me too.
Well, hello there, Mr. Fancy Pants. Well read, or whoever that was.
Christina Lynn, who is proofreading Breath of God for me, and I'm sure other projects as well.
And rewriting it as we speak.
Yeah, exactly. She's going, you need to fix this, Aaron. No one would ever say that. Hey, let's see. Anybody else in here that's Fopeezy is here. McGregorable Jay is here. Squibs, Bill Weist, Randy Howell, all the way from Canada. Fane Lowlife is here. Philip Tahale. Did I get that right?
It's tamale.
No, yeah. Here,
Oh.
what do you think?
You said that with
I didn't
such
say that. Kelsey did. Did you just put a dress on me? What are you doing?
What?
Oh, you're coloring me red. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you're furious at this.
Okay, my temperature's rising.
Yeah, it
Got
looks
a
like
some
you're wearing a
steam
red-
coming out of his head.
David Alicia's here. He says, I am here to support Gray and get that dope-ass art book. Do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Birdman Burr, Frankly 00 is here. Frankly 00, I think probably is maybe, or Frankly 00, whatever. Dad's Den of Pop Culture. George Liqueur. George Liqueur. You calling that stuff on your chin a beard? Mocking me, apparently. But that's okay. Get in line. Bill Glasby is here. Brian 999. Well, let's see. Who else we got here? I think that's my personal rival, Ellie Munoz, is here. Congrats on the launch. Going to back next paycheck. Okay. He's got to get a job first, but when he gets that first paycheck, Harry, he's backing you.
Yeah, okay. I'll be waiting by the phone.
Yeah.
Holiday Pet, Skull Masher. Here's a question. Are all the pieces in the book complete, or is there any sketchbook stuff that too is in the unfinished in the book?
There's no sketchbook stuff. I will have a couple of pencils that I've inked so you could see the process, but it's all pretty much finished artwork.
Excellent. Ferris Comics is here. Pity Ma is here. Today's going to be a great show. Well, you hope so. Timmy Mello.
No guarantees. No guarantees.
That's right. We're always hoping that.
Yeah.
Kevin Sumlin is here. I don't think that's Kevin Sumlin, the football coach, that college football coach, but if it is,
Might be.
hey. Let's see here. Randy Howell for $2.
Nobody
Canadian.
knows what you're talking about.
Gary says, why is shipping showing as $0?
That's just for you, Randy.
Okay.
No, I don't know why. I'll have to look into that. Everyone else is getting charged. You're special, I guess.
Okay. He's charging everybody extra to pay for yours, Randy.
Right.
So, Custom God is here. The Normie Nerd. Of course, there's Dan Lawless is here. Agent Zero, Kevin Wolf, Blacklist Universe. We all know that to be Mike S.
Dan Lawless would appreciate my my digital skills.
He would, but Dan's not on the show. So he was here when you weren't, though. So he does.
We need to get him on here and do a digital show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, please hit the like and subscribe if you have not already done that, and help support this channel, help it grow so that Kelsey can afford some real art supplies. And let's take a look at what he's accomplished here during this.
I'm all out of dollar store paints today. I'm
You're the finest of artisanal supplies, no digital, Maya.
No, it's yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah, no, yeah. All right, whatever.
Work
I
on
just
it.
when you can draw something that fast, there's some sort of advantage to the.
Look at the likeness; it's uncanny.
It is. Looks just
It's
like.
not.
Yeah, uncanny is what I was thinking.
Send me a scan of that, will you?
Okay, you mean a digital printout, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. You wouldn't scan a scan, would you? I don't know. Anyway, so let's go around the horn here before we get drawing and do a little show and tell. Gary, you've got some stuff from your book. I'll bring it up here and tell us what you got.
Wow.
Look at that.
Yeah, I been threatening to do a Baroness for a while, and so I decided to try to get it done before the launch. And here she is.
Wow, very cool.
That's really nice.
Thanks. So I'll probably be doing a couple more new pieces to fill out the book, and then that'll be it. I kind of stopped working on my Muka portraits because I couldn't get her face out of my bean. And
Is that Sophia? Who is that?
No, it is an Italian actress. I won't say who she is that I used as a model, but she does resemble Sophia. I'll give you a hint. She played Kirk Douglas's wife in a film.
Oh.
I won't say, if I say the title of the film, then you'll get it right away.
Okay.
It was an Italian film.
All right.
That's a hint.
She's definitely
Raquel Welch.
Oh, that's a good one.
You're way off.
Really?
I'm reading the chat.
Oh, I see.
Belusia.
Was she in an old Hercules movie?
Yes.
George LaCour says Belusia.
No, that's not. No.
Monica Bellucci? No, that's like way before her time, right?
No.
Spartacus, Sophia Loren. No, it's not Sophia Loren, you guys.
No,
Pierre
it's not.
Angeli.
Spartacus. No, Spartacus was not an Italian movie. This was it's about Italian characters, but it wasn't a Italian production.
Who's the guy? Who's the little guy that was with him in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Peter Lorre.
Yeah, is that Peter Lorre? I'm off though, right?
How about Irene Papas?
Nope.
No. Megan Fox? No, it's not Megan.
No. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Ulysses.
S. Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan's
Dan is correct. You get the Cupid doll.
Gina Gershon. She was in a movie
No,
with
no,
Kirk Douglas.
that's Dan.
Oh.
No, this one.
Yeah.
Sylvia.
Oh, okay.
Silvano
Yes. Good
Mangiano.
job. Good job, Dad.
Silvano Mangiano.
Yeah.
Now everybody's
Sarah
jumping
Palin.
in.
That's actually Sarah Palin. It kind of looks like Sarah Palin.
Yeah, the name alone's worth like 10 points. I mean,
I know.
I know. That's digging deep.
Silvano Mangiano.
Digging deep.
Dan said he credits his Google for his knowledge.
Well, we
Cheater.
should all take advantage of technology when we can, right, Kelsey?
Oh, yeah. It could be helpful. Might help you finish books faster.
Oh,
Wow, look at that freaking bike.
Dang.
Yeah, I haven't rendered another motorcycle since I did this piece. And
I don't blame you. I wouldn't either.
this one's a couple years old.
Now, is that
No, I'll cross out a motorcycle. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, but look at the results. It's fantastic.
Well,
Is he
yeah,
going closer?
I'm happy with how it came out, but it was brutal.
You should do some fine art prints of like different eras of Harley Davidson motorcycles.
Oh yeah,
Women. That would sell big time.
I will get right on that.
Yeah.
I'll start on that right away.
And
Just
then
put a
after that,
babe on
military aircraft throughout time. You know, that's another one.
Throw the babe on the bike and just do like those Harley guys, man. They'll jump all over that.
Yeah, it'll go really good with a tattoo
Mhm.
prison crowd.
All right, so show me the rights in peace now. No,
Why don't we save that for later?
Oh, all right. So that's all you're going to show for right now.
For right now,
Okay. All right. Well, David, I know you said you had a lot of stuff you wanted to share, so here's your moment.
Yeah.
Look at that hand sketch. What is that?
It's called traditional art, Kelsey. That's when you take a pen, you put it on paper.
I've never seen such a thing. That's great. You should do that all the time.
Dan Panosian
was working with these Tombos, and I went to my storage and I found a whole bunch of art that I forgot I even had or did or all that kind of stuff. And this was in there, and I was like, what did I do this for? But I remember Dan Panosian was working with these Tombos, and these are terrible pins because they smudge all over the place. But this was just a test drawing. I was just seeing what it could do, and I say, hey, this is, looking at it now, I go, hey, it's not half bad. It's a pretty good drawing.
You should color it up and use it as your icon.
Maybe.
Is that what he's using currently, or stuff he used?
No. He was using that like years ago.
Okay.
But he knows how to work these things and create masterpieces. But
yes,
I like his stuff. But I found a whole bunch of stuff. This was from Warner Brothers Consumer Products. Jim Carrey and J-Lo, they were thinking about doing a sequel to what was it? Space Jam.
Oh
and
my God.
So they wanted to get them in there and stuff like that. And they had a meeting with J-Lo, and I think and they used this as some of the pitch art, which is kind of fun. So didn't go nowhere. And I used to draw on Post-its all the time. And I do weird little drawings.
J-Lo didn't want to buy that piece?
No, she didn't want it. Captain America, disappointed in Americans.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed in you guys.
I love it.
I'm used to it.
Gary, you remember this?
Absolutely.
Dragon Wing. Remember we were talking about how many trading cards? This is some of the trading cards that me and Gary were doing for Rob Liefeld for his books. Remember these?
Nice.
Check out
Die
the
Hard.
Zipatone. There's Zipatone and splatter on these.
What were you thinking, Gary?
I don't know. I wouldn't do that today.
I got a great digital brush for that. Makes it real easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Wow.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, those are the sweet times. You used to draw so good.
I know. Used to.
Nowadays.
The good old days.
Yeah.
And I did a drawing for a friend where this was in his sketchbook. Dave Carroll. He used to work for DreamWorks.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
I redid the Kirby page in there. So this is all marker.
No, wait a second. So you redrew the Kirby stuff too? That's you?
Yes, that's all
what?
redrawn. Yeah. And
I
so
want one of those.
and so by accident, because I was doing all of this, I forgot to put a bleed sheet underneath. And so I said, oh, let me draw on the other side. So I drew this on the other side, so you could see his arm coming through like
dude.
David, I want one of those Kirby pages, but can you like mount your actual arm on the artwork?
Yeah, okay.
There's like a photo of his arm like coming
Well,
out of there.
I think Kelsey can do that digitally.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And so I used to do like the artwork for some of the DVDs and stuff. So they had me doing the layouts for the Johnny Quest DVDs.
Man, oftentimes the DVD art is I'm always looking for that. It's like so hard to find, and it's like some of the best sometimes. I see why. Freaking David Moore's drawing this.
And I don't know what this was for, but I was just having fun trying out some pins, and I liked the character. I put a big Q on his head, and I had this. I'm like, what did I do this for? I don't even remember. But it was just because.
It's reverse Shank back there.
What? Oh yeah. Speed Shank. That's Shunk.
Well, keep that Q guy for your book, David.
Yeah, I think I might. I did this for Shaquille O'Neal when this was the guy who was running Consumer Products, and he knew Shaq. And when he won his championship, they had me do this poster. Now, the poster I did was actual poster size. It was huge. And we got David Bird to paint it. He worked there. And David Bird did Jimi Hendrix's very first concert poster and stuff. So you could check out his stuff. So he painted, he airbrushed all of this stuff. And Jerome did the lettering. Jerome Moore did all this lettering and stuff. But I did the main art. And he says, no fair, Shaq, you're breaking the no-fly rule. He said, he's all, your S is mine, Soups.
So Shaq has this hanging on his wall. No
it's in his private home, so he has it in his.
He should say, "I can't help it. I was born fly."
There you go.
I'm super fly.
I did these while I was at Warner Brothers trying to
those are
develop a more realistic version of Space Ghost. And these were some marker
you're messing
comps.
on doing this stuff, and you're supposed to be like doing consumer products. You're over there.
No, this was at Consumer Products.
Look at Space Ghost's face. Did you see that? Yeah, looks like he's going. Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
Wow.
This was a trading card, and I'm going to show you the trick that I did. So I would draw all this stuff in, but I left this guy empty, and then I didn't want to put any black line work on him, and so I went in with marker and added all of the details.
Oh,
that's great.
I see. So
I didn't know all the Photoshop tricks, so the cheats. I mean,
yeah, I could have done that
cheat.
already.
You hear that, Kelsey? The cheat. Yeah, you're cheating, eh?
And then I had no, I got a bunch. I know we got to get drawing, but I don't know what this was for. But this was at.
This is great.
Trying to develop some kind of cartoon or toys. I don't know what it was for, but I was told to draw these.
Were you working on? I was working on a Frankenstein Jr. redo. That's kind of looks like stuff for that.
Yeah, no, this isn't definitely not for that. But
that's cool.
But I'm like, wait a minute, this is cool. You know, you know when you like put your art away for so long and you don't see it and you go, hey, you know what? It wasn't half bad. Now, this is interesting. Okay, I was told at Warner Brothers I needed to do this thing for Cartoon Network. And I did a layout, right? And this is what my concept was. And then they said, okay, we like it, but we need someone to tweak it. And then they called Alex Ross to come in and tweak it.
What?
Right? Yeah. And then they took it from Alex and gave it to Darwin Cook, and he did the final cleanup on it. So 3 of us worked on this thing.
Crazy.
So it was me, Alex Ross, and Darwin Cook. It was a powerhouse. But
and it still looks like Bruce Timm.
Yeah, right. But I kind of like some of the things I did better. But where it ended up, I was just like, oh well. This was just some random commission I did.
So good.
Man.
If only you drew like this on this show, we'd be a
Right?
hit.
Yeah,
I know,
you do
right?
a female. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was for Jim Lee when I wanted to bring this out. But remember when I signed my stuff Spade?
What?
Yeah. You missed David Spade.
I did.
Years.
I missed David Spade years.
And is that Jerome inking you?
Yeah, Jerome inking me.
Yeah, man.
So you were Chato, you were Kato or whatever, you were Spade, you were Brohawk. Oh, different stages of David Williams.
Who is it?
Hey,
hold on a second. I'm going to answer the door.
Hang on a second.
Yeah,
Ferris
get that.
Comics for $10. Thank you so much, Ferris. Appreciated that. He says, I just ordered Gary's art book and the art of comic book inking. Golden Age Superman related. I just ordered the McFarlane Action Comics #1 Superman figure. I didn't know that existed, but that sounds cool.
Nice.
Thank you for the $10 and thank you for backing Gary's book, even though he's not here to thank you. All right, David, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Move that silly banner.
Hey, that was $10 worth, man.
Yeah. Don't call it silly.
Yeah.
Spade. That's funny.
What else do I got? Oh, here we go.
Now you pulling shit
Now,
out of your trash.
we were
now.
trying to develop. We were trying to develop like another style beyond Garcia Lopez doing all the DC stuff. And Jerome did this Superman, which is really cool. And we were trying to, get a universal look for these characters. And so he did Superman, and I did Batman.
When is Jerome going to learn how to draw?
Right?
Yeah, he did a good job.
That
Such a
Batman
boring
was awesome.
Yeah, look at his expression though. It's definitely
Yeah,
So-
more interesting than Superman.
Wow, those are cool.
cool stuff, man.
Hold on. I got a couple more.
Oh, he's not done yet, folks.
I was trying to do like Al Hirschfeld. Batman and Joker.
The Joker is freaking awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Like the Batman is funny, but the Joker, like
I
I'd love
know.
to see that Joker in a book somewhere.
I know. It's like look at his gum line.
Milton Berle as the Joker.
Yeah, Milton Berle.
Dorothy.
This was the very first drawing I did
That's
working
really
at
good.
Consumer Products.
Oh, I
And
thought you
we-
meant ever. Yeah.
No. And it was for they had me doing turnarounds for Wizard of Oz
That's
characters.
Sheila Wren.
Yeah.
No, it's Monica Bellucci.
Yeah.
And that was fun. Did a bunch of turnarounds on that. This was for
Amazing
Alex
you made
Ross.
copies of all this stuff. What's
Say
this?
again?
I was gonna say it's amazing you made copies of all this stuff.
Yeah.
You designed
forgot
that,
I had-
Alex Ross? I remember this painting. I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
the
I
name
did this
on it,
for
though.
him. I did the layout for him for this. I guess it was a DVD thing or whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but I did.
I must have missed your name on it. I'll have to look closer.
He did not put my name on it.
What?
Yeah. What else do I got? Oh, check this out. Oh, here's another one of those.
Oh my gosh, you nailed the likeness on these. That looks exactly like the Scarecrow. That is so good.
You should have stopped at Superman.
Hey,
Good segue.
remember this character?
Oh
There you
yeah.
go.
Oh my gosh.
I've got a bad Xerox of the inks of that. I wish I had a better reproduction.
Is that a
was-
commission or what was that?
No, we just did it just to do it, right, Gary?
Oh my gosh.
Chato.
Chato, yeah.
Chato, there it is.
So these were all the popular characters at the time.
Well, still
You
kind
got
of.
94.
way too much time on your hands. You must
Yeah, I
be
was gonna
rich.
say, let's just do this for recreation. What?
I had a lot of energy back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember this, Gary?
Oh,
It's Rob. Look at Rob.
That's our suck up to Rob poster.
Yeah.
I remember you were, Gary. I distinctly remember you inking this.
You don't like this because I inked it.
Yeah, I was at your house when you were working on this.
Oh,
Or
really?
you had it in the studio, probably at your house though.
Yeah, probably at the house.
Citizen Rowan
never-
says, "I love seeing all this stuff."
Here's just a couple more pieces and I'll be done. This was for they were doing a crossover, but it never happened. You know, I was
Malibu.
yeah, and I wanted to be a part of it. It just didn't happen.
I remember Mike Barr not liking your mantra because he said she was too thick.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. I said it's still a dude, so
That's my
that's
my
how about
usual mantra. I like them thick.
that's right. I like
Oh,
them.
mantra.
Oh my
Mantra.
gosh,
Okay.
more Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. And here's the last thing. Cover your kid's eyes.
What?
Little anime nudity, huh?
the smut going
That's
on
her.
here.
That's her skin suit.
Look,
So
the cops are at the door.
that's right. They're coming to get you.
Put some clothes on that girl. See?
We heard you were looking at smut on the internet.
Internet smut. So
Well,
that's it.
That's some pretty nice stuff.
Yeah, very
Now,
cool.
Kelsey, do you have anything to show us?
Yeah, I get.
He's like, yeah.
Okay,
I've been learning how to use Procreate. I was really inspired by Graham. He told me which program to get, and I was like, I'm just gonna do what Graham did. And so I've been messing with it, learning how to do the different brushes and seeing what works and what doesn't. Just trying out different kind of things and seeing what, pretty cool. You can get a real painting. It's a whole different kind of thing than here's me trying to do like a more animation kind of thing with it, just sketching it out, but trying to do the hard cuts of animation and whatnot. But it's a whole different kind of thing. So it's not like Photoshop or Clip Studio. Like it really forces you to like draw something, like paint it. And it's much more of an intuitive thing than it is like a step-by-step procedural thing, because you can only do like so many layers before it's like no more. So in a way it forces me to kind of do what I want to do right at the beginning and not sketch around quite as much.
So be efficient.
Yeah. But it's been interesting. Let me see if I can go back. I've been trying to do some of Nexus, using it as well, trying to do like hard ink lines and whatnot. It's a little rough right now, so it's different than any other program I've used, because you can use your fingers a lot to do stuff, and it wants you to do that. So like I'll go and do like all the menus like this by hand. But turns out there's just like a swoop motion you could do with your fingers, like swoop, and it'll just do it. So I'm trying to figure out all that stuff. But yeah, so I got a few things here. There you go.
I want to see, like everybody else, we want to see more Shank. Get that book rolling, man.
Just trying to do like a George Petty kind of cartoony big head character. And then
what's that rabbit up to down there?
I don't know. Checking out the view, maybe.
I'm noticing a motif, Kelsey, of characters checking out other characters' keysters.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's like a Rorschach test, Gary. You see what you want to see. Here's I'm gonna go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. I designed that one ahead of time, but yes.
You son of a cheater.
Kelsey wants to out Toth, says Kevin.
Yeah, sure. Oh, here's an early example. Trying to do, like, they got these crazy brushes you could do, like weird fire effects and stuff. I don't know, really cool stuff.
That looks very cool.
We're gonna keep Kelsey going here, and pretty soon he's gonna show every sketch he's done on this show pre-done.
No,
Yep.
I swear there's no more left. No more.
Okay. All right.
We don't trust you.
Yeah,
You lied to us once.
I don't have any other ones. Just that one. Here's like a lady just trying to figure out how to do it. This is when
She's
I first
no
got
lady.
it. Oh, thank you.
What's that? What's the one
Doing
right
some
above the
brick.
chick?
What now?
What's the one right above the chick with the blue and the red and the green?
Oh, I can't show that one.
Oh, well.
Here's one of the first Shank things I did with it. I didn't like it at all at first. I was like, this.
I can't even see Shank in there. Where is
I
it?
know. But I didn't like it. I was just trying all the different brushes, but I just kept messing with it. And
You don't like it, but I hate it.
Florida Man 2. I just did the color
Let's see
over
that.
Matt Weldon's.
Oh wow.
Matt Weldon art.
Wow.
Look at that pig, man. That chick's
You went straight to her face. Look at that pig, man.
Look at that pig.
cute girl, though.
Did Weldon? He put his name on the guy's hat. Look at that.
So this is Weldon not doing manga. So good for him.
Yeah, there's still a little in there somewhere.
That
Yeah,
perspective's great.
So there you go. Little show and tell for some Procreate people out there doing Procreate stuff.
Very nice.
Nice.
All right. Well, I'll show you the extent of my digital knowledge. Which
No, we're not. We're done showing everybody else's stuff.
Sure.
Let's get to the drawing.
This is just kind of to prove to everybody that I'm telling the truth about where I'm at on the campaign. I know just enough like Photoshop and stuff to be dangerous, and that's about it. But look at that. That's my title page for Wraith of God Blood Hunters.
What do you mean dangerous? So like when you walk down the street, people get out of your way?
That's right. You don't want to get hurt by my Photoshop knowledge. It's not like a calming knowledge; it's a disruptive knowledge. But anyway,
yeah,
so
that looks cool. Very professional.
Well, thank you.
Like you've done this before.
I would hope so.
Yeah, it looks good. Where's your indicia go? You got like another page for
It's
that?
on. Yeah, it's on the other page. It's right here. See?
Ooh, oh, that looks great.
Got my little ISB number right here. So, and it's going to have a barcode on the back cover. So it'll be like
Does
a
that
real
say
book.
special thanks to Aaron Lopresti and Shell? Oh, what does that say?
Special thanks to Shelley.
Oh, Faith.
Faith is my 92-year-old mother. Don't be.
Oh, she deserves it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Putting up with you. Putting up with you. She needs all the special
Yeah.
thanks she can.
Now, I'll share this. I kind of had it in the cat in the. I'm letting the cat out of the bag a little bit here. That Matt Ryan actually inked this nightclub story, but we're close to publication, so you'll all be learning that anyway. And there's Kelsey. Look at Kelsey right there.
Look at my name in bright lights. I'm famous.
Right there.
Yeah, these
so
look great.
These have a little intro down here about the characters or the story before the IP before you actually get into the story. Give you a little bit of background. So, but
Aaron,
yes.
how come Kelsey's name is smaller than yours?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Because it was just, I said, how can I stick it to Kelsey one more time? Then we got the introduction to Kit Carter. Now, see,
I mean, we all know you're doing the book. I don't even know why your name's on there at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know who.
Yeah.
That's right. Created, written, illustrated, and colored by you know who. So anyway, there's that. And,
Yeah, it looks great.
We got a super chat.
Oh, we already got it, Gary. You were gone
No,
entering
got
the
another.
door. So, but yeah, it's for you. So I'll read it again. Just ordered Gary's art book in the art of comic book inking. Golden Age Superman related. I just ordered the McFarlane Action Comics #1 Superman figure that is from Ferris Comics. So let's take a quick look at.
They're painting my abode, and I had to go out and show them which end of the brush to use.
But you made sure they're all using brushes and not pens, right?
That's right.
What are you doing?
It'll take forever.
Get the hell out of here.
So one of the main reasons we're here today, obviously, is to draw, but also to promote Gary's. Oh, look at that! Jumped up to $695, $10 back. Get in there and back Gary's Brush with Destiny. That's kind of what we're doing today is promoting Gary's campaign that just launched just a little while ago.
Did you scroll down to see how many of the inking books are spoken for already? I think they're going like hotcakes.
Yeah, I had the other cover. It was like a beige cover.
3. There's 5 left.
Yeah, this is the last and latest version.
Oh,
this is the one that has the digital inking chapter.
Like Kelsey.
No.
So this is a legendary book, The Art of Comic Book Inking. Now I have the very first printing of that sitting right over there in my bookshelf. How much is that?
Because you got a dedication.
Yeah. Was that because I offered moral support?
Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah.
How much is that? How much is that book worth now? The first printing.
Well, it depends on, like, you get it on Amazon, and forget about it.
Dang it! I wish I still had mine.
Come on, give us a ballpark. Come on, what is it going?
No, I don't know. On Amazon, I've seen it for 4 figures.
What?
4 figures?
Well, it's Amazon. There's, there are all kinds of nitwits that try to.
Well,
You should have sold it for that to begin with.
$1,000. It could be yours.
Yeah.
Did they get every artist to sign it who participated in it?
Oh,
I know. Yeah, it would be worth.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be checking back on this campaign all throughout the show today, and the link is in the description of this video, so you can back Gary's Brush with Destiny, also Kelsey's Scribbles, David Williams's Bastards West of Hell, and of course my Wraith of God Blood Hunters. The links are all in the description of this video for those campaigns. So please back often, early and often. I guess is how the saying goes. So
Much
we'll
like
be back
voting.
we'll be back to visit Gary in a campaign in a little bit, but right now we have to do Golden Age Superman. David, will you kind of set the parameters for us a little bit on what that exactly means? Will you?
Just all the early Superman from the early Superman comics, like not Max and Dave Fleischer. That was for movies, but you could do the Schuster, version.
What's the difference?
You could do the Wayne Boring or the
They're all boring.
Kurt Swan. You know why he's saying this? I just now realize why he's going off on this, because he did a Superman on a show that he hated.
I'm like the worst Superman artist.
Yeah,
ever.
that's why. And I looked at it and I was like cracking wise on it while he was drawing it and stuff. So that's why he's being such a curmudgeon about it.
I make no bones about it. I only draw good things.
Well, we will find out exactly what Kelsey can conjure up on his digital pad today.
Do you have to
That's
draw
my magic box?
Do you have to draw? Aaron, do you have to draw Superman, or can you draw Superman?
Yeah, you could draw any. You could draw Lex Luthor. You could draw Lois. You could draw Jimmy. You could draw any of that kind of stuff.
But I want to draw Superman.
Crypto.
So what would make the difference between the movie and this would just be Christopher Reeve? Right?
Yeah.
Or Cavill, or you could any of the serialized Superman stuff would have been fair game.
All right. So
Kelsey, the fans demand that you draw Superman. They voted, so you got to go with
that. Thanks a lot. Well, I mean, what's their choice? So you got Superman or Superman or Superman?
Kelsey, are you in front? You're clearly in front of your computer.
Yeah.
Go to Google and just type in Golden Age Superman, and you'll see a whole bunch of images
that look exactly like every other Superman.
It really doesn't.
Digital program and color it red, and you'll be done.
I'm just gonna zoom in right to the logo and big bright logo.
Yeah.
Angela Curry's not taking any crap. She says, "Do it, Kelsey."
Yeah. I have a feeling Kelsey's already illustrated.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why his icon's on. He's already drawing.
Well, that's the one I couldn't show you. It's my prelim for this.
Philip Tahale, also known as Philip Tamale, thanks to Kelsey. He says "Flying Young Marlon Brando" is what we're going for.
No,
that was the movie.
No, that's the movie.
He's just saying the early version of Superman kind of has a Brando look to him, is what he's suggesting, I think.
So Golden Age Superman's got a different symbol and everything. Yeah.
Phil Diaz is here. Phil is also right here. Phil, thank you for the $2. Appreciate it very much. He says, "What's up, beardos?"
To continue the Italian theme, I read it quickly and I thought he said, "What's up, bastardos?"
I don't even know what that means. Playmail says, "Gary, are you shipping outside of the U.S.?"
It depends. I shipped my inking book,
Gary,
a couple of weeks ago to Great Britain, I believe, and it cost $44. That was like the cheapest rate I could get, and so I'm kind of on the fence if I want to ship a heavy book international.
If they want to pay,
if you really want it, then we'll get a hold of me and we'll make special arrangements. But I'm kind of trying not to.
Antonio Rashillo says, Kelsey, draw Golden Age Lois Lane with Superman flying away.
In Wonder Woman's invisible jet. That's a yeah, clear choice.
Zaid Comics says, I'm officially old now. I could be on this show. What, did you have a birthday or something, Phil?
Does he have gray sideburns now? Because he doesn't have the beard, but he's got the thick sideburns.
Squibs for $1.99 says Marlon Brando as Joel eating from a can of lard.
Or how about
And drinking
Jarrell?
wine from a box.
How about Jarrell as Dr. Moreau with a little tiny Superman sitting next to him? You know,
Yes, I like that.
Like a
Why
pet.
not? Yeah, the judge is allowing it.
Yeah.
I'm saying we're good with that.
Hey, Aaron,
we
look at what
ready?
I found in storage.
Uh-oh.
Found a whole bunch of
More
these
art.
boards that I could
What are
paint on.
these?
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna go
Some
get some
cold
water.
press illustration board. I just found a whole bunch of these, and I was just like, there's about like 20 or 30 of these. So I'm gonna be painting like a son of a gun.
Like a. Alrighty, gentlemen, we must start. It's almost 2:00. Let's get this show on the road. People are demanding Kelsey to draw something. They don't even care what at this point. So I got to find some paper. I'm totally unprepared.
But Aaron is leaving his own show.
I know.
Okay, we can take over now. What do you guys want to do?
David's still there.
Here's that Alex Ross drawing over my drawing.
I think we should eat cold cereal and run around in our underwear. Oh, he's back.
I'm back. What is this stuff from, David?
Alex Ross. He used to fax me all the time when I was over at Consumer Products, and he'd
And
be
then he would
faxing
steal
me.
your ideas and not give you credit. But, you know,
Yeah,
what are you going to do?
But-
Kelsey, you going to switch on your screen? Anybody?
He's all, nope. He dipped out. He's going to the comic book shop right now.
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday. It's new comic day. All right, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Art of Roy says Aaron's running from the interview.
Yep.
I was on Andy's show right before this show, so I'm not anywhere near as prepared as I should be. So, blame Andy Smith for talking about 1970s comic. Lured me in, man.
I'm ready. Now I'm gonna hit the AI button.
Oh, and
Computer, give me Superman being somewhat cool, if that's
yeah,
possible.
Golden Age Superman.
Aaron and Kelsey, I want to ask you, what's the ratio of likes that you get on your social media compared to actual orders? How many of those people actually order what they're liking?
Well, a better way to look at it is I've got 10,000 followers on Twitter. I have 12,000 on Instagram. I have 14,000 on Facebook, and I've got 2,000 orders. So
there you go. There's
I'm
a
in trouble.
statistic.
I don't have any followers, and
Oh, nobody likes you. How sad.
I believe.
which reminds me, I need to. I keep forgetting. For those of you who have ordered or going to order, I have to give you a big thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I probably won't say that enough, but
What do
the
you mean? You
main
have-
reason why I'm doing this campaign is to fund a graphic novel project, and I'll talk more about that later. But that's what this is for: is to fund a graphic novel project that I can't just start drawing without some kind of money in the bank. So that's what you guys are doing when you back this campaign, is you're going to allow me to create a graphic novel. It's concept by David Williams, written by me and illustrated by yours truly.
Me? Oh, you mean you?
You. Oh, okay.
What do you mean you have no followers? Like on Twitter?
Well, I don't have thousands. That was my point.
Oh,
I do on Facebook, but I've been on Facebook for a long time. I haven't been on Twitter or Instagram very long.
let's see. I got like 6,000 followers on Twitter, and I sold 300 of my sketchbooks. Good ratio.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's someone did the math once, and I think it was like you can count on like 3% of your social media following to actually back. David, are you eating?
David,
No.
does the color of your ice cream sandwich represent the show?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Who's pink? That's what I want to know.
So David is so confident that he's going to kick everybody's ass. He's calmly eating.
You know what this is? This
Ice
is like
cream.
the tortoise in the hare scenario. He's just relaxing underneath the tree. He's about to get his butt kicked by me. Just saying.
Have you ever
Did you say
drawn
kicked?
Superman? What?
You said kicked, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was sweating for a second.
I said kick.
I was like, woo.
Like, what, don't, my mouth's writing checks I can't cash.
Yeah, everybody in the chat wants to know what David is eating this week. So we've started a theme.
Well,
nobody cares about what he's drawing, so you got to
Yeah.
figure out something.
Poor David. Well, he's not drawing. That's the thing. He's just.
Is this your creative process? Is that you like you're collating while you eat something before you dig in?
Mm-hmm.
I spilled chocolate ice cream on my butcher paper last night, and I'm still drawing on it. So I just want you to know that food consumption won't keep me from going it.
But it'll keep you from finishing that sentence, apparently.
I need to work on bigger paper. So when my drawing just expands naturally, it'll have room.
That's something Kelsey will never say.
What?
I'm going to work on bigger paper.
It's easy. I just go to, let's see, Canvas. Let's see, how do I make it bigger? There's got to be a function in here somewhere.
All I do is click a button, and I got it.
Yeah. Watch, computer, increase size by 20%.
Oh, it's Star Trek joke in there.
I wish. Hello, computer. I would
He
love
goes,
that, man.
yes, handsome. You program,
Yeah,
you program it to give you compliments.
I like this computer.
You're the best artist in the world. Nice drawing.
Oh, stop it, computer.
Except the computer's voice is his mom.
Yeah. Oh,
Ah,
damn.
You're the
yeah,
best.
that's not nearly as fun. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah.
He's a oh mama, oh
Yeah,
mama.
The response is like totally different at that point. It's just like, yeah.
All
Everybody.
the neighbors are jealous of you.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, that's the horrible thing. You can never take your mom's compliments seriously because
Never.
you're supposed to say that, right?
Yeah.
Well, how many times
They're
have
just
you,
jealous, honey. You're so good. They're just jealous of you. And you're like,
Aaron? How many times have you given a critique at a show by some kid who his parents kept telling him, how great he was, and you have to like pop his bubble?
You're talking about that kid at that Portland show.
No, I'm just not just that. You're still scarred from that. I can tell.
I was much nicer to that kid than you were. I'll tell you that. But
I don't know if prolonging his deluded fantasy is being nice.
What happened? You got to give me some. What are we talking
I just told him that he's wasting his time.
Oh.
I put it to him, much gentler than that, but I realized
I don't think you did, Gary. Oh, you didn't.
that's how you remember it.
Yeah, I remember something like, you call this art? Get out of here. It's weeping.
Get the hell out of here. Where's security?
Where's security at? Oh. No, I'm talking about the kid at the Portland show who's, I think it was a Wizard show, where his parents were just, he was like 16 or 17. He thought he was all that. His parents thought he was all that. And,
yeah, I mean, he had the attitude that he was God's gift.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very good.
And so you let him down hard. I let him down easy.
Hate to break it to you,
and
kid.
The mom was really mad at me.
Gary body slammed the kid. I was,
just tell him, look.
No, you're not. You're remembering that incorrectly. I body slammed the mother.
You should have just sent him over to Neil Adams. Here, you want a good critique? Let's see that guy.
Let's see that nice man over there.
Mm-hmm. He'll tell you everything you need to hear. And after him, go see Larry Hama.
Michael Golden, he's a good one to talk.
Yeah. They'll tell you everything you need to hear, kid. Go for it.
But what the basic beef I had with this kid is that his attitude wasn't, can you help me out? Can you give me a critique? It was, his attitude was, well,
how awesome I am.
When am I going to get work?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't, am I good enough to get work? He was expecting a job.
Oh.
And when I was telling him he wasn't ready, him and his mother got really mad.
Well, I mean, just say, look, don't be bothered with me. Go.
But he was
talk to the editor right now.
Kid, though, and he just clearly he wasn't even good for a high school kid, let alone
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like I never spent a lot of time talking to artists and stuff. I would just go to editors and let them rip me apart and say, okay, well, this is what they're looking for. Try to figure out what they're looking for. Because I mean, I've had guys, I've had like 2 or 3 times in my entire life where someone came up to me at a show and was actually professional ready. But it was like, how do you not know that? I'm like, dude, this is good. Go show it to an editor. Don't waste your time with me.
Right.
So I don't really, I don't know. I mean, maybe some of them are looking for validation. They're not necessarily looking for.
Yeah. Henry Beavis says, Gary off the top rope. Okay, Richie, hold on a second. I got to read this one. Richie Cyber Dupe. Gary wins the draw stream on a weekly basis. Let's not get confused here. So it's nice to hear that confirmation of something that I dream about every night.
Well,
and Henry Beavis is also appreciating that I get in feuds with children. Yeah, I think I can take him, so I'm gonna berate him in front of his parents.
You deserve it.
Well,
you deserve it.
I had this guy. I was in Australia at a show, and this guy came up to me and showed me his work, and it was fantastic. And I said, "Dude, you need to, get in contact with people at Mar." I gave him names of people to get in contact with, and it was so weird because he was like, "I don't know. It seems like a lot of work." And all. I was like,
"Boy,
what?
are you in the wrong business?"
Yeah, it was really bizarre because he was like really good, but he didn't necessarily want to work. It was just kind of.
What did he want? Like, what was the?
He wanted AI. He was born too soon.
Yeah, no, he was just like humming and hawing about. I don't know. Like, I don't know if he was afraid of the pressure of actually getting a job and having to produce or whatever. But it was like, I was just stunned by his reaction. It was like, well, why are you even showing me your work that you clearly don't want to do this?
He just wants people to tell him that he's great.
Yeah. He was. He was
Sean
really-
Beatty says it's nice of David to give you all a head start.
It's gonna be
Well,
his
that's why he
undoing.
pulled out all that consumer product art. He's got a Superman right over to the side of his table. He's just recreating.
Art of Roy says, and there ended the comics career of Steve Jobs due to a grouchy old grouchy old ginger.
Oh.
No, he went on to become the next Steve Jobs because he's like, screw this comic crap.
Yeah, wasting my time.
Me go
Okay,
indulge
hold
my other
on.
hobby.
Famous comic says, which is worse, Gary telling you you suck or calling you and pretending you got to draw Captain America?
Well,
Stop reminding me.
no, the joke part of that is the good part. The fact that I believed it and then made a fool of myself is the bad part. So I don't know if you want to actually connect those two things, because it's like the joke in itself was pretty good, but my response to the joke was pretty bad. So
So wait,
that
did
turned
I-
into a scenario that I could not have even imagined.
Wait, I must have missed something, or I'm forgetting. Like you faked him out into believing he was drawing. What? Now?
yeah, well,
Yes.
You draw, Aaron. I'll give a quick synopsis.
No. Pull up the photos.
Yeah.
This was a Studio Days, Studiosaurus, and I think every Wednesday or Thursday the studio as a group went out to lunch, and I wasn't there that day, so I called in, and this was a time when Image was looking for artists for different licensed Marvel titles, and I called in and said I forget who it was, an Image editor, and that we wanted Aaron to draw the Captain America book. I didn't disguise my voice. I thought that you come back from lunch, hear the recorded message, and they say, "Ha ha, very funny, Gary." That's not what happened. Rachel,
he rubbed it in everyone's face. See, guys, I told me I'd not amount to anything.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Rachel Dodson heard the message and she didn't recognize my voice and told
it's really weird.
Aaron didn't hear the message. He got the message from Rachel. So Aaron thought he was getting the Captain America gig from Image. And so he called Image to accept the job. And the editor was thankfully out to lunch. So I called down there to see what's going on, and Aaron's yucking it up. I can hear him in the background, he's all happy. And so he gets on the phone and he's like pauses and says, "Gary, I got the call." Well, that's the short version of that.
Well, the thing is, what made it worse was everybody in the studio, because Rachel was the only one who heard the message apparently, and so she told everybody, and so it was like everybody's like, "Oh, congratulations!" So everybody, it was this joyous occasion that became this
nightmare, basically. Yeah. Oh, I apologize for that prank in the forward of the inking book.
No,
really?
Yeah.
I got to go back and read that. I don't remember reading that.
I just wonder, like, how many people did he call? Rubbing it in their faces. Take that, Archie Goodwin.
Yeah, he called all his.
I called the receptionist, and she was like, "Oh, so and so, the editor that Gary's name used, he's not in today." And I'm like, "What do you mean he's not in today? He just called and left a message for me." And so I was basically berating this poor woman, because she's like, "Well, I don't know, I don't have any knowledge of this," and I said, "Well, how could he have called me like an hour ago?" And he said, "What do you mean he's not there? Are you sure he's not?" I was this kind of thing, and so then when I found out, I was like, "Oh God, not only am I, did Gary make a fool of me? I made a fool of myself for being an a-hole to this poor girl on the phone. So yeah, it was just it was brutal.
See, Mom, you told me I wouldn't amount to anything. You were wrong.
In your face, Mom.
You're right, Mom. I am great. Yeah.
And now you got her shipping your comics.
That's right. It's like, oh,
Taught her a lesson.
Yeah, you taught her.
I should be having Gary ship them.
Yeah, right.
Why are you taking it out on her?
Oh man, yeah, good old times.
Dan Lawless wants to know if you will ever forgive me.
Oh, I forgive everybody. I just never forget.
Yeah.
A little bit of difference there.
Henry Bemis says that I destroyed hopes and dreams.
He does. Gary's the crusher. He just young people at cons, old professionals, doesn't matter. Crushes everyone.
The body's in his wake. Oh my god.
That's right. He's like a steamroller of death. He just no mercy.
So now, anyone in the chat ever run into me at a show, they're going to be terrified.
That's right.
As they should be. Yeah.
Don't try and
Whatever you do, don't show them your portfolio.
That's right.
Yeah, and then you could be like, let's see it. No.
Gary will demand it. Yeah, you walk over here, show me the portfolio.
Show me that portfolio, you bastard.
He's flipping tables over. I'll kill you all.
Yeah, Tan Genovese says, and on that note, Back Brush with Destiny by Gary Martin.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to show up at your house, every one of you.
And ruin all your dreams.
Oh, speaking of that, let's
What? You call that a lawn?
Oh, let's see how Gary's new personality reveals on his campaign. Let's see here. We'll refresh. Got another backer despite all that anger.
I scared them all off. Thank you again for everybody backing this. I really appreciate it.
Also, I'm going to have Gary on my Sunday show as well. So he'll be sharing Bigfoot stories, among other things, along with so you want to tune in for that on Sunday.
You got Bigfoot stories?
Yeah, he tried to show me his portfolio at a show.
It didn't go well.
That's why we haven't seen him in so long, right?
That's
like,
right.
Yeah, that's why he's elusive.
He can't handle rejection very well.
Bigfoot was going to have this big coming out party, and then Gary ruined it by just demoralizing him, and so he went back into the woods, never to be seen again.
Show me your portfolio, Bigfoot. Now!
Brian Norton says he's going to show me his portfolio of stick figures, but he's rethinking that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not such a good idea after all.
Blackjack says, is that what Gary is telling them every time they ring my doorbell?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys call yourself painters? He's going to have to go out there and show him how to paint the side of his house. I got to go check a Golden Age costume here for Superman. It's been a while since I read one of those old comics.
Yeah, like what, this morning?
Yeah, right?
You know, I don't read my Golden Age ones. You kidding me? I don't want them to fall apart in my hands.
Nerd.
Got too much money invested in them.
How do you read them? You digital copies?
I'm not a digital guy like some others. I read most of this stuff when I was younger, so now I buy high grade copies and I don't have to read it because I remember so fondly. Let's see here.
You read
He had
Golden
sort of
Age when you were a kid?
Did I? What was that
What?
again?
I thought you just said you read Golden Age when you were a kid. So I was trying to.
Well, yeah, but I bought them at, like used and from not off the stands.
Oh,
Not that old.
all right.
Jeez, man. I may look it, but I ate it.
Whatever you say, pal.
Yeah, whatever.
One of the differences between Aaron and I is that in school, if I was reading a comic book, I would have it inside another book so you couldn't see it. Aaron would openly read his comic.
No, actually, the difference between me and Gary is I'm a nice guy.
You've never crushed any dreams at any conventions.
Dream crusher. No, I learned pretty quickly that when I got into high school to hide the comic book collection, it was not a chick magnet to be a comic book collector. So.
No, not back in the day. I mean, it changed, but I knew this girl in school where, like, of course, nobody talked to her about nerd stuff. That was just something we all did in private. You know, is anybody looking? No. Okay, Superman. No. But years later, like, I drew a picture of the guy from Fist of the North Star, and I was like, anybody know this guy's name? And she pops out of nowhere and she's like, Kenshiro, or, you know, whatever from Fist of the North Star. I'm like, that was too fast to look that shit up. And like, there was no information about what it is. So she actually knew that. And I'm like, dang it. You know, like, why do I find these things out like years later?
Yeah.
I'm already married.
Yeah. Always years later. Yeah.
If only I'd known.
Yeah. I've missed out on all the great nerd girls in my life. Now I'm looking for a nice accountant.
I kind of got away with it because everybody knew I was an artist, right? And so if I had comic books, it was always, well, you know, I'm into the art form and blah, blah, blah. And I used, you know, whatever. So, you know, sometimes they would buy that, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't really read them. I just look at the art.
Yeah, just a job. Jeez.
I hung out with Paul Glacey and Steve Rude and San Diego Comic-Con at like a restaurant or pub or whatever it was. And Steve Rude brings his sketchbook everywhere he goes. And he was picking up girls by showing them his sketchbook.
Dude, that's another thing though, when you're actually, you know, drawing really well. And that's
pretty awesome sketchbook. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that Glacey was pretty mad that
up to my room and see my
he hadn't thought of that.
Well, he got Glacey's number too. I mean, it works on everybody.
Yeah.
I impressed a girl in what was it? I think it was my sophomore year. I drew a picture of Marilyn Monroe on notebook paper in class when I was supposed to be taking notes. I don't know how I had the reference, but I did, and it actually turned out really well. They were like, "Oh my gosh, that's," you know, like, yeah, that's just something I threw together.
Now, I used to think I was pretty good based on the way people reacted to me. Like, I remember being in high school, my freshman year of high school, and I was drawing Darkhawk or somebody. I think that just come out, and I was just kind of fresh into being interested in comics. And people were coming up to me in class going, "Whoa, that's cool. Oh, you're a good drawer," you know, and things like that.
Yeah.
And then this one guy,
I love your portraiture.
Yeah. I could draw Garfield. I got that one a lot. I could draw a unicorn.
John Beatty is saying that Kelsey is showing off his 6th grade education.
Yeah.
And Dan Wallace says that I learned the hard way not to bring to school novels by Michael Moorcock.
Oh, yeah, you get those taken away by the teacher. Yeah, young man. None of that smut here.
Yeah, Art of Roy is denying my girl story with the. I'm
We're all thinking that, Roy. We're all thinking that.
No, it's real. It's real.
Yeah, but anyway, I had this one character in the group walked up to me and he goes, "Yeah, it's not bad." And I was like, wait a minute, who the hell is this guy? You
A
know,
little
like,
rivalry, huh?
yeah. Immediately, I was interested in like, what is this guy about? You know, he's the only person that had anything kind of not great to say. And turned out he was an artist too, and was all into comics. And yeah, he became a good friend of mine for years. So I have no use for the compliment, but you give me that, like, yeah, it's all right. I'm like, we're gonna be friends.
Yeah. You're not trying to blow up my ego.
Yeah.
Blackjack says that John Kay told him a story once that Steve Rude almost getting kicked out of a strip club when he asked a stripper if he could sketch her. I believe that.
Yeah.
So
that's something Steve would do.
Yeah, Gary, you saw the one successful time when they were all flocking to him for that sketchbook. The rest of the time, they're like, "Oh my God, this guy again!"
Probably.
Well, now why would they have a trouble with him just drawing a? If is he not touching her or messing with her, right? He's just, or do you want her to come and like pose at his table or something?
Well, they probably thought he was, scamming her.
Yeah.
What he really wanted was something else.
Well, we all know that he really did want something else.
Yeah. A steak sandwich.
He's
Thought
no
thought
Dave
she was the
Stevens.
waiter.
He's
Or
no
what?
Dave Stevens.
Oh yeah.
Dave Stevens could just whisper in
yeah.
the girl's ear and say, "Hey, can I draw you?" And they'd be like, "Yes."
Well, Dave was a handsome young man.
Pretty good looking guy. Yeah, I was about to watch that documentary that came out. I haven't seen it.
I was gonna. That's why I was bringing it up. I watched it this morning. It was really good, very touching.
Oh man, yeah, I want to see it. Yeah, I saw a lot of familiar faces in there.
Mm-hmm. There's some shots where I'm like, I'm right on the other side of that photo, and I'm not in the shot.
There's a lot of art I've never seen. Just I watched the trailer.
Didn't I just tell you that, Gary?
Yep, you did.
Yeah, and a lot of photos and videos of him I've never seen. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Seeing
Blackjack says it was Rude, Mignola, Dave Stevens, and John Kay said he was drooling all over her. He said Rude was John Kay drooling all over her, or Rude drooling all over her,
or Bruce Timm, or I don't know about the group of guys you just mentioned.
Yep.
I'm not sure you could point fingers at Steve.
Yeah. I think Stevens was probably played it pretty cool in those situations.
John Beatty wants to know where can I see the documentary?
It's on Amazon Prime. At least that's where I saw it. Yeah. Prime Video or whatever. I don't know if you have to have Prime just to see it. I guess so.
Yeah, Jay Dredd says Dave Stevens in his pirate shirt. Yeah, I almost said that. He had to have been wearing his puffy shirt.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, you got to wonder, is that like, I only remember the only time I've ever seen that referenced was in Seinfeld, the whole puffy shirt thing.
Right.
So
but
like,
I don't want to be a pirate.
Yeah. It just makes me wonder, like, who else do you know is wearing those shirts back then? Just
Prince.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's more likely that what's his name that wrote Seinfeld like ran into Dave Stevens in California with his puffy shirt, and thought, who wears a puffy shirt? And then that starts this whole idea in his head, about a puffy shirt. I doubt he met Prince and said that. He'd be like, that'd be a whole other thing to figure out a comedy around with Prince, other than his puffy shirt.
That's right. That's the least thing that with Prince.
For some reason, I've been thinking about him a lot lately. He comes up a lot. It's funny
Prince?
you brought him up. Yeah, I was thinking about him the other day.
David turned me on to that video on YouTube of at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where they where he plays the lead for that all-star group of guys, Tom Petty and others, playing the George Harrison tune, and My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Yeah.
And it's just freaking the lead solo that Prince does is nuts. So
He's one of the best guitar players in the world.
Aaron Draw.
I had no idea he was that good.
Oh, he's amazing.
Let me catch up on the chat. I'm getting behind here. Death Metal Hero says, "What's up, Aaron, Gary, David, and Kelsey? Finally managed to catch an episode live, albeit late. Yeah, thanks, Death Metal Hero."
Was that Kelsey was cheating, but
Skull Nasher wants to know, David, what's that documentary called?
It's just like Dave Stevens, isn't it?
No, it has. I almost said Brush with Destiny.
Go look it up.
Where is that?
yeah, look it up, David.
It's I wrote it down.
Drawn to perfection. Yeah.
Aaron could
Drawn
have
to
looked
perfection.
That up. We're letting Aaron get away with a lot of not looking things up right now.
Yeah. Shirking his duties.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, see, yeah. How long is we going to be doing that? Is what I want to know.
Forever.
Until the next thing comes up.
Mhm.
Whatever that is.
See the next thing.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm liking Mia right now. Yeah.
Nice work.
Appropriate for old guys like us.
The
Graybeards.
only other thing we could do is fart, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do old people do? Scratch our butts.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, that's an option.
That's an option, sure.
Young people do that too. They just do it, on the down low.
Yeah, more
You get
discreet.
to a certain age, you don't care. You just
No, young people do it, and they put it on YouTube,
Yeah.
that's right.
and they make money from it.
Yeah.
They make all that money we're trying to make by actually working.
Smart. They figured it out.
Yeah.
Aaron, we've got a custom question for you. Comics for
All right.
Life says, "What would you guys think is the best Superman run?"
Good question.
John
I was
Bogdanov
I never
and John Byrne.
John Byrne.
I was gonna say Byrne probably is the only one I really read because I was never really into Superman.
The one I enjoyed was the Ordway.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
he
what?
was great.
Ordway had that story arc where he was like a gladiator on some other planet that was kind of cool.
But I loved Ordway's art, so I bought everything that he did.
Can't
So
think
for
of
him to do Superman, I thought that was really cool.
I ever read a Superman ever. Kingdom
you-
Come. I read Kingdom Come.
Did
Well,
you guys ever see the John Bogdanov inked
Yes.
by
Oh yeah, I like that.
Kevin Nolan?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
the where
And-
it's Superman versus aliens, right? Like,
Yeah. Mhm.
Beatty concurs. He says Ordway.
What about didn't Louise Simonson, didn't Weezy write the Superman series Man of Steel that Bogdanov was drawing?
Another reason why I liked it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff.
Hold on a second. I have to read this. Faux Peasy says, "I saw this woman in the grocery store as I'm picking through eggs looking for busted ones. And she just went digging for something while scratching her butt. She then went on to touch everything."
Oh,
That's why you wash your fruit. That's why you wash
So
your
let that
fruit.
be a lesson to you guys. What your topic is that who's gonna pick that up and run with it?
Yep. You got to scrub it. Get you some fruit scrub.
Well, is that a thing?
Yeah. I got like a natural fruit and vegetable scrub where you spray it down, you let it sit for a minute, then you scrub it off.
Oh, please, Kelsey, tell us more.
Yeah.
I'm paranoid and like I think about that woman. She haunts my dreams. Yeah, that's no joke. Butt stank on fruit is a real problem.
Oh, okay, stop. All right, I am going to, pardon the expression, I'm going to whip out the Pentel Japanese pen brush and do this and see what it looks like.
I think, Aaron,
Spoilers,
I think
terrible.
we just overlooked a great title for a book.
Yeah.
We just overlooked a great title for a book.
Yeah.
Butt stank on fruit.
By Aaron Lopresti.
Dad's Den of Pop Culture says Kelsey needs to record a public service announcement about butt stank on fruit.
All right, let's change this.
That's like gay porno.
I'm saving. Yeah, let's high class this up. Aaron, could you share my screen?
Oh, yeah, this is going to flash up, I'm sure.
No hijinks today.
Okay. Oh, Gary doing rights and doing Franklin Booth.
What?
Damn.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's actually cropped. I didn't do the whole piece, but it's a recreation of.
Right.
Go closer.
There's that whole rock cliff. Why didn't you do all the rocks behind him, Gary? Just wimping out?
He was like, that was part he didn't like about what Wrightson did, so he improved it, right?
Yeah, just by cutting out the extra crap and just going right to the.
Yeah, who's that anchor that did that with Kirby?
Yeah, cutting out the extra crap.
Yeah, like that guy that inked Kirby used to do. Just take out all the garbage.
Yeah,
Coletta.
Yeah, like a good Coletta
No, I
job.
just didn't have the huevos to do the whole piece.
Oh, wow.
So this is there's going to be a few recreations in my Black Lines Matter book, and this is going to be included in the volume.
Yeah, very cool. That's awesome.
Okay, let me show one more. How about this one?
Oh wow.
Ba-ba
Oh, that's a
boom.
great piece.
Now there's a Maryland.
Zonga.
Whatever Aaron thought he was imagining, he did.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that good, but it was only 16. So.
All righty, that's enough for now.
Okay.
And
How
Robert
much,
Smith from The Cure would say it's never enough.
So all this goodness we're going to find in the book, correct?
Yep. And later I'll show some more.
How much is in the book that you haven't shown?
A lot.
Oh, good.
How many pages is this again, Gary?
Right now it's 112. And every illustration will get its own page. So you're not going to see, little images of you have to. That's one of my beefs of art books. A lot of them show little tiny. This is going to be full page.
That is kind of a difficult thing when you're putting together like an art book and something, and it's like you've got too much art, and it's like, well, I guess some of this is going to have to be small, but then picking out which ones to be small, and someone's always going to say, "Why'd you make that one small? That was my favorite piece." And you're like, what am I going to do?
Well, with the sketchbook, it's a little easier because some things are not as cool when it's just a sketch. So you could blow up the big. Like in mine, I'm doing some of pages have 4 per page, but
Right. We all have like those sketches that looks pretty good small, but the bigger it gets, you're kind of like, yeah, I'll keep this one.
Yeah. Small. I mean, we can't all be Gary. We can't all do full page art.
Well, I want to make sure people see all the cross hatching on that gun.
You know, I gotta say, this Pentel, for having just these like synthetic, brush hair things or whatever they're called, it's actually, I can get a pretty nice point on this. It's pretty bad. The brush itself is really flexible, so you have to be careful not to push too hard. But
so that's what, like a brush pen hybrid?
yes. And
So you're still cheating though, because a pen is part of the description.
Cheating.
What?
That's going around a lot this episode.
Why? You gotta point that thumb at yourself, Bella. I don't know what you're talking about me. I'm above board all the way.
Ask Gary. He was saying it. What were you saying about him cheating?
Using a brush pen.
Oh, jeez. How could you?
Kelsey, I can't.
A what?
I thought it was bad, but geez.
No, this
Yeah,
is
my
not-
standards are a little higher than Aaron's.
No,
You
you
think
see, it's,
digital
I've
is
never
cheating.
used this before, so it's like I should get extra bonus points for using some material that is brand new.
Okay, on that reasoning, have you ever done a digital drawing?
Uh,
And so it's like I've never.
He's like,
well, no, but Kelsey's done many. It's not like his first time he's using a digital pad. So
First time I've used this one. I've never used it before.
well, yeah, we can see that, but
Oh, dang.
oh,
Ran into that one.
yeah.
I feel extra
Beatty.
nervous about.
I'm
I
sorry.
feel extra nervous because John Beatty, one of my favorite inkers, is in the chat and I'm inking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
He's watching
He
us
gets
right
credit
now.
here.
He's like,
Yeah.
look at those amateurs.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I don't draw on the stream is because I don't want witnesses like John.
John, this is just a sketch, man. Just
That's right. He's just a sketch.
He says that.
Man, jeez.
Speaking of John, he says that Brian Stelfreeze uses that Pentel brush all the time. I use it for some stuff, but it's not my go-to brush. Brian works magic with it.
Cheating runs rampant in this business.
Yeah, we're all cards on the table time.
The thing, of course, the problem with real brushes is eventually you lose your point, and the hairs start splitting and stuff. But these things are cheap. If this thing can make a line like it feels like it does, if I got used to this, I thought I could use this like regularly.
This is kind of off topic, and it's so bizarre. I don't get it, but it's hilarious, so I'm going to read it. Angela Curry says, I have a feeling that if Bob Barker turned down that role in Happy Gilmore, Aaron would have been next in line.
Angela, I'm not sure what you're getting at there. I just was sure. Of course, in real life, Bob Barker, he got the ladies. He got in a little bit of trouble for having too many.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
would you
he's
know
busy
about that?
spading cats, and he's not.
He's
watching
have your
stuff.
bitches spayed and neutered.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn. Talk about pimp game.
Didn't he just pass away?
Yes.
How old was he?
1,000.
Practically. I remember Bob Hope being like really old when he died. He was like 101 or something.
Good Lord.
Really?
But yeah, but I don't know. How old was Bob Barker? He had to be in his 90s, at least.
Beatty says 99.
I thought he died years ago. That's the crazy thing. I could have sworn. I thought.
You mean he just died?
He
Yeah.
died when Mandela died.
Yeah. I was just like, what the heck? Yeah, I thought I was having that Mandela effect. That people talk
How does
about.
everybody, famous comics, Billy Gatsby, I'm sorry, I'm skipping. A whole gaggle of people in the chat are saying 99. I mean, how is that common knowledge? They just know it's 99.
Gary,
Kelsey.
that was all.
That's not Golden Age.
I don't care.
Now he's really cheating.
I'm
Yeah.
pulling a David Williams right now. I'm just drawing whatever the
cheat
hell
like
I want to
that.
draw.
It's not even Superman. It's, I don't know. I just
Yeah, the hell of it. I'm drawing Superman
it's,
villains. Right?
it's a fucking skull, see? Yeah.
I'm making up my own trash.
The
Hey,
kid
as long as Superman costume is Golden Age, I'm win. This is this is an alien thing. It can look like anything.
Mhm.
That's my rules. I'm sticking to it.
You're not really staying in the spirit of things, Kelsey. That's the problem.
You mean like every show that David's worked on? Whatever, has he done anything on topic? It's my turn. It's my turn to buck the system.
The chat is latched on to a topic. I'll just give you one example. Angela Curry says, both Bob and Betty White supported spading and neutering their pets, and they didn't make it to 100. Therefore, do not spade, neuter your pets.
There you go.
That's the lesson we should learn.
That's hilarious.
Well, unless you want to live to be that old, right?
Well, wait a minute. I guess I'm not going to make it to 100 then, because we got our poor dog fixed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just you'll live to be just around 99. That's fine.
Yeah. No, my mom's
You're on your deathbed 99 saying, oh, I failed.
Yeah.
Well, my mom is 92 and going strong. I just had her doing the dishes this morning, so
Yeah, but it skips a generation, right?
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna be dead tomorrow.
Had her doing the dishes. You didn't ask her nicely.
I know, right? He's
You
always
had
saying
her
some
doing the
crazy
dishes.
stuff that he's got his mom doing.
No free rides.
Let's get an insight into the Lopresti household. Relive that. How did you tell your senior year's mother to do the dishes?
Well, it's very simple. I just walk in and she's on her computer playing video card games. I'm like, Mom, get to work.
Damn.
That's pretty much it.
You got time to lean, you got time to clean, old lady.
Well, Kelsey, you live with your mother, don't you? Or she lives
Yeah,
with you?
yeah.
So he knows.
Brian, hold on a second. Brian Norton says that I would critique her dishwashing technique.
Yeah, you would. You call this clean? My gosh, go back and do it again.
Yeah, more wrist and elbow grease.
Spots all over this.
Yeah, exactly. You expect me to drink out of this?
Try again.
Yeah. So you get it right. I'm feeling very golden agey right now.
Not me.
I know. It's like you're working digitally, so you're like in the new age, and then you're not even drawing golden age Superman. It's just this is terrible. It's terrible.
Just a failure all around.
Kelsey, can you see John Beatty's chat? Can you do it in the proper voice?
I haven't heard Beatty talk in a long time.
No, he's telling you to do the
What?
voice.
Oh, as me. Oh, as Aaron?
No, as
Edward.
Oh, okay. Listen, old lady, there's a sink full of dishes you need to do. See? Get to it, man. I don't know if I did that right. Yeah. Listen, old lady, there's a sink full of dishes you need to do. I think it's going to be like, there's a sink full of dishes with your name on it. See? Get to it.
Go bust some studs.
Yeah, it works.
Oh man, I don't know if my mom. I don't know if she'd appreciate that or not. I'll have to try that on her tomorrow morning. Yeah, get to work, old lady. See, what are you doing?
Well, I never. That's right.
Oh, she's a movie buff. She did it probably immediately.
Did you watch movies with your mom?
Oh, heck yeah. So I'm such a
What, where you got that from?
yeah. She got me hooked on Star Trek, and we would
What?
watch. Oh yeah, she was a huge Star Trek fan. And
Which Next Gen or like
uh,
Deep Space Nine?
no, she didn't watch any of that crap. She watched the original, man, original series only.
She's missing out.
And I took her to see because my dad hated going to the movies. He'd go and he'd fall asleep, right? So he'd never take her to the movies, and so I always took her. I took her to see Superman. So that was what? Actually, she probably drove because that was '78, wasn't it? Or what year was that?
Yes.
Yeah. So she took me, I guess I should say, and but like I took her to Star Trek 2, 3, 4. My dad came with us to 4, and sure enough, within 20 minutes he was asleep.
Well, it was 4. It was Superman 4.
No, not Superman 4. Star Trek 4.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Yeah, we went and saw Superman 4. And my mom and I, we almost both of us walked out. It was so bad.
Is that the one with the sun guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I remember telling her after the movie, I said, "Look, if you weren't here, that was so bad. I would have walked out." She goes, "Oh, I was ready to leave too. We should have gone."
Oh.
I took her to see King Kong. The new one with the one that was like 6 hours long.
Oh, that was so boring.
Took her to all the Marvel movies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Her hearing got so bad that she couldn't hear the dialogue because the music was so loud, and so she hasn't been to a movie in a while. But we would go see like at the this local theater we have here. They do like Hitchcock movies and stuff like that. So we went and saw Rear Window, and
Man, my mom took me to see movies like Sound of Music. That scarred me for life.
What? That movie's great.
I hate the Sound of Music.
Why? That movie's great.
Well,
Chitty Chitty Bang.
Oh no!
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Movies like that.
Oh yeah, I used to. My mom was in college, and she would put me in this theater where they just played old movies like that when I was a kid. So she'd go off and do whatever yoga or something college people do, and I'd be watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and what's the one with the Mary Poppins and.
Mary Poppins is pretty good.
Around the World in 80 Days, which was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Mary Poppins. Remember kids skipping out of the theater singing "Let's Go Fly Kite." I wanted to vomit.
Yeah, but you were like 40 when that came out.
Right. Why is it, kid? Life isn't like that.
Yeah. You just wait a few years, kid. You'll learn.
I could never wrap my brain around musicals that weren't comedies because it was just so absurd that, like West Side Story, they just break out and dance. You're like, come on.
I know. You're just having a conversation, walking down the street, and then they break out in song and dance.
No.
So you're not a fan of cop rock then?
No, I was not. I do love Singing in the Rain. I think it's one of the greatest movies ever made. But it was a lighthearted musical comedy, so it fit the genre. I felt. So, but yeah,
I did like.
No.
West Side Story because
that was great.
Even though they had music and singing, they also had
knife fights.
Well, I mean, it's also Robert Wise did that.
Yeah,
that guy's a badass. His movies that one especially looked amazing.
Yes.
The cinematography, the way they make New York look. It's like New York doesn't look like this. Like that, and that was at a time where they didn't really do that a lot in movies. I mean, for stage shows, yeah. I mean, you'd see like you can make it look like whatever you want, like Rear Window, but to go out into New York and make it look like that.
So the city is actually a character in the film.
Yeah, never mind that Spielberg one. You know, like you don't even need it. It's like, why would you remake that movie? Oh, I know why.
Yeah, well, that's the dumb thing is, guys, you don't remake classic movies because you're not going to make it better. You take movies that had good concepts and they didn't do as good as they should have with. And I will take that. I'll take an exception to one movie was Nosferatu when what's his face? Who's the German director? Herzog. With remade Nosferatu with Klaus Kinski. Oh.
It needs more nihilism.
It was very creepy. So
I need to feel the hopelessness from vampires.
Klaus Kinski films. He fascinates me. He had this lip curl that cracked me up. He's in a lot of spaghetti westerns.
This is up Kelsey's. I wonder if you've seen This is up Kelsey's. This is up Kelsey's alley.
Wait, what now?
It's up my what?
Have you ever seen Agira, Wraith of God? Wraith of God.
What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness! Are you high?
Agira, Wrath of God. It was a Werner Herzog film.
Is that the one where he plays a conquistador?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw it ages ago.
Very bizarre.
I went through like a little Werner Herzog phase. I was like, who is this guy? Yeah. That's the one where wasn't that the one where the whole story of him trying to move that freaking boat across the Amazon?
Yes.
Yeah. So like the movie was like kind of overshadowed by the story of making the movie.
Right. It was just like horrific, and it was like worse than Apocalypse Now. You know. It was just,
I like movies. Movies about movies.
Yes.
Yeah. So do I. Yeah.
I've become like almost a completely nonfiction reader now. Whereas a kid, I would read nothing but fiction, and now I read nothing but nonfiction because I find it so fascinating.
Yeah, I've only read.
I don't know.
I typically only read nonfiction. Rarely dip into like novels and stuff. I much rather read like biographies, like because then like I read Spielberg's biography, which was crazy because like and I read a lot of biographies on guys you consider wholesome all-American types, only to find out that they're far from that. Yep. It's just the persona. They're actually pretty I mean you don't get to be where you are by being like a nice guy all the time.
That's the thing. It's like it's impossible to succeed at that level and be a nice guy.
Right.
So we shouldn't be surprised by it, but it is kind of disappointing because you think of guys like, him and George Lucas, and they made these movies. They seem to like try to avoid R ratings, and you thought, well, that's pretty
business.
But what would you say?
It's business. Yeah. You get more butts and seats with a PG-13. Let's create that. Okay.
Hold on a second, Kelsey. Let me interrupt you, please. Squibs in the chat says, my best friend Herzog's documentary about Kinski is amazing. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd like to see that. Where is it on Amazon or anything? I might have already seen it. Yeah, I watched. Amazon actually has a lot of those kinds of documentaries and stuff.
We got an hour to go, by the way.
Oh, dang. God, I see it's not helping me being on computer. I think it's hurting me. I would have been done already.
Art of Royce, or F in the chat, excuse me. Did Spielberg say anything about what he did to Kathleen Kennedy that would want her to take revenge on everything he ever made?
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man.
Well, he knows she was involved in the what was it? The helicopter incident of what was that movie?
Twilight Zone.
Oh, the Twilight Zone with
Twilight Zone. Yeah, her and her husband like produced that. They were Spielberg's producers, and they all split the country, fled the country, and left what's his name holding the bag on that. The director,
John Landis.
John Landis. Yeah.
Matt,
that's it.
$5. Thank you, Matt, very much. Appreciate that. If you love biographies, Peter the Great by Robert K. Massey is dense but amazing. Read on not only the person but time. Oh, okay. It was dense but amazing. Read on not only the person but time period as a whole. Peter the Great.
Interesting.
What time? What Peter? Who was he? Was he a king or something? Peter the Great.
It was a Russian dude, right? Wasn't he like one of the
czars?
Yeah, something like that.
I watched the whole documentary on that.
That's the title of the book, Peter the Great, Russian dude.
Yeah. I watched the whole documentary on the czars, man, and all the way to the what is it? I guess the Bolshevik Revolution when with Anastasia and that whole thing. Yeah, that was all of that. It's just fascinating.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Their country is sure much better now.
Yeah.
They really showed them.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it ever got back under any kind of from what I gather, it's like they definitely like a good strong leadership, but I think that whole Bolshevik revolution really changed the game, gave it to the, what do you call them? What are they called?
Evil people.
See, we're not educated enough to have this discussion.
Yeah, we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we can't be talking about this.
We're out of our league here.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of great whatever league. Have you guys seen the William Shatner TV
it's
pilot?
much more up our alley. Yeah.
Alexander the Great.
What was it?
It was a pilot for a television show proposed to be Alexander the Great,
starring William Shatner
as Alexander the Great, and John Cassavetes was the bad guy, and Claude Akins was in it, and also TV's Batman.
Adam West.
Adam West was in it, and so it got shot, but it never got picked up. And then it got released when he hit it kind of big there for a while with Star Trek. They released it as a ABC movie of the week. And
so this exists on YouTube right now.
Yeah, look it up. You can watch the whole thing.
You can look it up. I want to see it. It's on YouTube. Aaron.
Clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, Aaron. See.
Quit drawing so much. I'm actually going to finish this drawing. I'm not. I've been really sort of not performing well the last couple of weeks on this show, and I need to kind of make up for it with
not performing well. But yeah, you're used to that.
It's a common problem amongst middle-aged artists.
Yeah, I walked right into that. So thank you all for participating.
All right, so. What were we talking about that you needed to be finding for us on?
Yeah. I gotta keep working that. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, Shatner's. Yeah.
Yeah. Do that. Get that Shatner thing going.
I want to see that. Shatner's. Was he in like the full regalia?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
It was like, my name is Alexander, and I'm great. I travel around and conquer the world. I might quit.
Yeah, I'm sure Shatner would jump at the chance of anything with "the Great" in the title.
Yeah.
It was and Adam West, that guy's got chops. So it was really, really quite a spectacle. And I watched every minute of it.
Yeah, that was good then. Good riveting TV.
Well, I am a Shatner apologist. What can I say?
Is that an actual thing?
Shatner apologist.
Are they teaching that class in college now?
Yeah, that was like one of our film critical analysis classes at film school was Shatner apologetics. Oh, Joseph Dredd, don't ruin my day. He says that video isn't available on YouTube anymore. Oh.
Bummer.
F in the chat says 10 discs on a desert island. The Transformed Man by William Shatner is coming with me. Have you guys heard that?
No, is that the singing one or what?
Yeah,
what is that?
Mr. Tambourine Man. He's like, Mr. Tambourine Man.
Yeah.
Mr. Tambourine Man.
Didn't Nimoy also put out a?
Yes. I think Nimoy put his album out first, and Shatner got pissed and said, well, if he can do it, I can.
I've seen some of the Nimoy one. It's pretty embarrassing, too. But the Shatner one really overshadowed Nimoy, as usual.
Yeah. Did you ever see, there's a clip on YouTube where, I don't know, it was some award show or something, and Shatner did like his dramatic reading of Rocket Man by Elton John.
Yeah.
And Bernie Taupin goes out there and introduces him, and you can just see the disdain on Bernie Taupin's face, like he's gonna butcher this classic song. And he did too. On a Rocket Man. He had a cigarette. He was leaning back on the steps of the stage, kind of being all pretentious looking.
Why would he read the lyrics to Rocket Man?
Well, he performed it in his like Shatner singing thing. He was just like,
yeah, that was the whole joke. It was on Saturday Night Live, right? Or what?
No, this was an actual real thing.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, and he's like, and gonna be a long, long time. So touchdown brings us round. It's just like it is.
See, didn't he have an agent to tell him that's jumping the shark? Don't do it.
Oh, don't do this.
Oh, if he hasn't told him not to do something a long time ago.
Yeah, you're right. His agent probably came up with the idea.
He fired his agent years ago.
Yeah.
You used to be able to find this on YouTube. I don't know if it's still there. Maybe there's a boycott against Shatner. I don't know.
He's been canceled.
I guess. It's gonna be a long time.
I was thinking, Aaron, you kind of got a rude thing going on with your Superman. I like that pose. I think the only difference is if it was rude, he would blacken in half the robot because it would, be in shadow, and then half of Superman in cast shadow.
Uh-huh.
Well, I am using shadow on the robot. I don't know how at length I'm going to get into that. I'm trying to ink everything.
Yeah, but you wouldn't go like all of Superman's arm and part of his chest.
Right. Well, I don't want to cover up his face, though,
Right, yeah.
But the dude, he'd say, hey, man, if the art demands it, right? You got to do what the art demands.
The art demands I go get a sandwich.
Yeah.
You hear Kelsey?
Shelley's down there cooking something, man, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm starving. And
hope she made enough for everybody.
Yeah.
Food. See, now, Gary, you're tempting me here to kind of blacken all this in, so I just might do it.
Do it.
I'm going to go totally silhouette. That's what Kelsey would do.
You get some of that ink that David had and drip it on there. Full effect.
Well, you could do, the chest and torso and like half his face and then a big chunk of his Superman's arm.
I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do the arm, but I'm not going into the face. Not going to do it. I am on the robot, but I have to admit,
I'm liking it already. I'm liking it already.
I liked what Rude did with when he did that. Remember that painted Superman versus the Hulk thing?
Yeah.
It was kind of Kirby-esque, and then he did like a Spider-Man that was very Romita-esque.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun. It's amazing that he would, like, you know, as easily as he seemed to ape those styles.
You know, we were talking about Dave Stevens earlier in this whole thing about Superman. Dave Stevens tried to get a Superman Rocketeer book going over at DC, and they didn't bite, so to speak. They left him hanging.
It seems like that happened to him a lot. Do you think it was because they didn't think he'd actually do it, or?
I don't know. I can't
No,
speak
I
for
doubt
them.
it. I'm guessing it was just pure politics.
Yeah, and it's not as if they haven't hired slower artists, because that was the thing about, you know. But
well,
Dave Stevens, come on.
Yeah, I
He just had a movie out, you know.
Didn't they want him to do the Shadow? Wasn't he supposed to do that Shadow graphic novel, and then Kaluta ended up doing it for some reason? But
is that right?
That hardcover, you remember that, you guys?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I heard that was Dave Stevens was supposed to do that.
Oh, really? Okay.
So what's the deal? Like, did he not do a whole lot of work because of him?
He did a lot of work, believe it or not.
I don't believe it, because I've looked for a lot of David.
Not in comics, but just art in general.
Well, that does mean no good.
Well, he was working in film, doing, you know, storyboard and design stuff, right? I mean, so that must have taken up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of art books with his work in it now, and they're mostly, you know, pinups and covers and
it's
things
always
like that.
the same.
You get a lot
ones.
more of that than comics.
Yeah, it's always like the same images I see all the time. The same.
But he's like me. He worked in animation, and he worked in a lot of animation that you've probably seen just by happenstance.
Where is the art? Even Toth has like books and books of that stuff.
If you see this show, it shows that they printed a lot of it, and it's accessible now. So
okay.
So go watch this documentary, which is great.
Watch the documentary, Kelsey.
Yeah, does it have an ad at the end where I could order the book, or like where are these? Like, it's just like you look it up online and it's like Dave Stevens. Oh yeah, he did the same 5 covers I've seen over and over. Surely there's more. Where's sketches? Where's
He did a ton of covers.
Yeah. A ton, like 10, like
more. No, way more than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Aaron, look them up. I want to see.
Oh my god!
Because I've done at least 20 Stevens recreations, and they're mostly covers. At least 20.
Yeah, Chelsea.
I could think of like, okay, you got the girl next to the cactus with the gun. You got the 3 girls standing in front of the machine. I can name them all. Like, so. Holy cow! Calm down.
You're getting me angry.
Yeah. No, it's I can imagine each piece. There's the one girl who's asleep, and it's got the guy with the blue outfit who's like sneaking over her bed. You know, there's
that's Marilyn
Monroe, the girl.
Okay, Marilyn Monroe, whatever. So it's like
whatever.
You know what I mean?
Girl, yeah, that hoe. Marilyn the hoe.
There's, I could literally name every piece that I've seen. So I mean, and it ain't 50 of them or whatever you were saying. So like,
okay, what about
to go back and look?
Quest covers.
No, at 850. I agree with you.
Yeah, whatever it was. What were you saying? How many?
I said
20?
I've done more than 20 Dave Stevens recreations. I don't know where you get 50.
Well, I don't know where there more than 20, maybe like 21, maybe. They might have done 21 images.
No, in Kelsey's defense, he's right. I don't think you wouldn't like see a Dave Stevens piece that you have not seen 100 times.
Well, I mean, that's why I'm looking forward to that documentary, because there was like some paintings that I've never seen. I'm like, holy crap, there's some like amazing paintings here. I knew he spent a lot, or at least I'd heard, there was always rumors when we were like young and wondering what is Dave Stevens doing? Oh, he's taking painting classes and stuff like that. That's what we heard, I'm like, oh, it must be nice to like have all that Rocketeer money, and which I'm sure wasn't the big win, growing.
Exactly.
Now,
he told me that he got screwed.
I'm sure he did.
Disney screwed him on the Rocketeer.
Yeah.
And so think about this. He lived in Los Angeles at the time. $1 million doesn't go a long way out there.
No.
True. If he had just moved to Wyoming,
that was still. I remember. I can't remember if I've seen the comics before the movie, but I remember seeing the trailer for that movie, and I wanted to see it so bad that I walked like it must have been like 5 miles to go see that
in the snow.
Yeah. But it was great because I'm filled with energy. I want to go see it, and I go see it, and then I'm like, how the hell am I getting back now? I got to walk all that way back. So I called my aunt. She came pick me up.
Kelsey, Luffy is God, saying, "Why is the man licking Superman, Daddy?"
That's an alien greeting, That's.
There's that.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I have no idea exactly. Greetings, Earthling. Yeah. I'm not familiar with this custom,
but I like it.
Well, no, he's saying like, here's how we say hello in Earthling. Boom. Welcome to Earth.
Oh, let's revisit our man of the hour here's campaign. And I don't mean Kelsey. It's Gary Martin. Brush with Destiny, the ink art of Gary Martin. Gary, let's why don't we go through this again like it's new material to everybody. You're up to
Sell us, Gary. Sell us.
Nice, thank you.
What can we expect in this book, Gary? What's going on here?
Awesomeness on a plate.
Wow.
Comes with a plate? Nice.
A paper plate, so it's cheaper to ship.
Yeah, it's a paper plate built right in. It's my, I call them my favorite illustrations because there's a lot of my artwork that didn't make the cut. Yeah, and as an example, like this piece took me a while. It's inking, reinterpreting Wrightson's pencil drawing into mostly cross-hatching.
Yeah, that might take you a little bit of time.
Yeah, the only reason why I did it, it was a commission. And so they paid me to spend all that time, but I still regretted, while I was doing it, I regretted taking the commission. But I'm happy with the way it turned out and that I can put it in this book. So I guess I made the right choice. So there's a few pieces like this in there. It's mostly my pencils and inks. I don't have anything in here like my inks on someone. It's mostly my stuff. I've been asked that before because I'm known as an inker, but this is mostly my stuff. And things that I call them superhero portraits, and I sell them like prints at shows and pieces that I've done as commissions. And in some of the rewards section, I have a couple of art print sets that you can get with 5 prints each. It's not cost effective to sell them one at a time.
Hasn't Scott Williams, the inker, like commissioned you to do some pieces for him?
Oh,
I don't recall that.
Dude, oh my gosh, do I remember? Just
You-
ask me about Gary's life because Gary can't remember. Didn't you do that Sergeant Rock, that Bolin Sergeant Rock piece for him?
I don't remember who the client was.
maybe he didn't finish it, and he actually still owes that.
No, I finished it, but I don't remember who the client
Well, Scott's posted some of your stuff in his comic art fans, so I assumed he commissioned them from you, but maybe he picked them up off somebody else.
Yeah, I think I would have remembered if Scott commissioned me. He might have.
I think he did. I think you remember you telling me that, and I mean, just old age is.
Well,
just,
yeah, when I was younger, I was a fibber.
The whole thing might have been a lie. But yeah, he could have called me up and wanted me to do a commission for him. Do you believe it? You said, really?
Yeah, see, you believed
I was a
anything I
fibber.
said back then. Now you believe nothing I say.
Yeah. And I
You
called
earned it.
Frank up and I said, "Hey, Gary Martin tells me he did a commission for you," and he's like, "Who is this?" I'm like,
Yeah.
So could you scroll back up to the inking book? I'm going to see if there's how many is left.
There's 4. I already looked. 4. So you got 4 left out of the.
So half of them are gone already. Wow.
This book is out of print and worth.
Yeah, it's been out of print for a while, and it's pretty. If you can find a mint copy, they're very expensive. And then below the art print section, I have some original art pieces.
Yeah, look at that Gal Gadot, saucy. That chick from Star Wars. Is that Rosio? What's her face?
Yeah,
Rosie,
Yeah.
what's her face?
Rosio. Yeah, it's Rosio.
Rosario Dawson or whatever.
Right.
And then, of course, Helen Slater as Supergirl. We all remember her.
And the Baroness will make it. I'll put that up for sale if somebody buys something else. I'll put that up.
So yeah, you guys, the link to this campaign. There you got another backer while we were chatting.
Nice, thank you.
So the link's in the description of this video. You just click on it; it'll take you right there, and you can back this. The artwork's all done for this, right? It's just a matter of.
There's just a couple of pieces that I'm going to do.
But I mean,
it's
pretty
99% finished.
Yeah, so it won't be long. You won't have to wait too long for this. So anyway, you guys, make sure you take a second and back that. I know it's really tough to leave this riveting conversation we have every week, but
Could you pull up my window? I'll show a couple more pieces.
yeah, there we go. Look at that. Jeez.
This is
Nice.
the very first portrait type piece that I've done in cross-hatch style. The very first one, I have a model of a human skull, and
You said that was a self-portrait? What'd you say?
yeah. I set my head on fire, and then that's part of the mirror.
This is the first crosshatch piece, and you've been regretting it ever since, right? Like,
Well, that started something, and I thought, I think I could do more of this kind of thing, and so I started doing these for prints for Comic-Cons, and this was like over a decade ago, and that's why I started doing these, and it also made me kind of pick a style, like my own personal inking style. That's when I started defining it, when I did that flaming skull. And here's another example of that inking style. It has cross-hatching in it, but it's not layers and layers of cross-hatching. It's cross-hatching with feathering. And then there's also pieces in there that I just cross-hatch like crazy. Like here's a recreation of a painted cover where I'm cross-hatching everything.
Wow.
And so I have several of these types of pieces in here as well. This was a commission.
The Man Who Stalked the Stars. And
Yeah,
Master
what a great title, huh? And then Master of the Moondog.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this Blondie is the Moondog Master.
Well, she's about to get mastered.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
All right, how much time we got?
Yeah, about 33 minutes,
Okay.
give or take.
Comics for Life is asking my alternative inking tool after the brush.
His finger.
Yeah, a toothbrush.
I love that one. Love the
I don't use
toothbrush.
pens that often, and when I do, they're like the typical like pens that I use for ruling, straight edge, and French curves and stuff like that. And they're all like pit pens and that kind of stuff. I don't use brush pens and flexible tip pens. I don't use those. Like how Aaron is doing his contour line with the pen. I never do that. I would use a brush, only because I just have more control with the brush than I do with a pen.
Which is a really odd thing to say because most people would think the other way around.
No, it just depends. Like for long lines like that, I'm way more smooth with a brush.
That's true.
When I do it with a pen, it's all shaky.
You do it in one stroke.
Yeah.
It's like one sweeping stroke. And Aaron, I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're used to drawing, where you kind of do. You're kind of feeling the line out, and you're kind of doing that same thing in your inking.
Yes, I mean, but you're right. It depends on the look you want too, right?
Yeah,
I mean, because it's much easier to get a kind of rougher line quality with a pen, unless you're of course dry brushing or something with the brush. But it's just like I'm inking this robot right now with a pen because I want the line to have a little harder look to it because he's like, metal or whatever. Don't worry about it, David. We're not doing a show or anything. Jeez. And the brush, if you want something a little more softer, a little more organic. I mean, there's guys that use brush like a pen, which always amazed me.
Like Gary.
Well, no, but Gary's still. Well, that's true. I mean, Gary's comic book inking, though, it still feels like a brush most of the time. I mean, some of this illustration he's doing, like that Wrights and piece, obviously looks like a pen. But I mean, there's guys inking like Danny Mickey style, but using a brush, which I just like. What?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, when you see Scott Williams do some of his little flicky tricks, I'm like, I always thought that was a pen.
Yeah, well, he uses a brush like a pen.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Know that. So Scott uses a brush.
There's a little video that he did inking one of Jim's pieces for.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's like it's alchemy.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, he makes it look very easy.
Right. But he's like, Jim likes that pen looking line.
Yeah, it's sexy. I like it too. It looks interesting.
Mimics that line with a brush.
But I mean, he used to do it with a pen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did he change? Do you know?
Yeah, that's an interesting question right there.
He was getting bored with doing the same thing over and over, and he wanted to get back to it. And he told me this personally, that he told Jim that he was going to go to brush, and Jim didn't want him to, and then he did it anyway just to prove to him that he could still make it look like a pen.
That's pretty funny. He's
and
like,
he goes, "Oh, you like the?" He said, "Oh, you still like the inking? You like it? Yeah, it's all brush." He's like,
yeah.
What?
Psych.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah,
that's pretty amazing.
Justin Side has an interesting question. He asks, "Does my breathing come into play at all? I'd imagine you pull a straighter line as you exhale." That's all I need is to think about my breathing while I'm trying to do a brush.
I do. I hold my breath.
Yeah, but Gary's right though. Like I don't even think about it anymore, but I'm pretty sure I hold my breath. Just to,
But if I'm thinking about my breathing,
then you're gonna mess it up.
I'm going to
Yeah.
mess up the line. Well, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I don't know that I think about it, but I'm pretty sure like everything you got to get yourself settled in. You know, you got to make sure there's you know your foot's not at an angle that it's going to fall asleep when
you're not pointing your toe and get a cramp in your calf.
Yeah, like right in the middle of like a
holding that
delicate
for an
line.
hour.
Yeah.
We talked about this before. I realized that I was a mouth breather, why I would get so thirsty while I worked.
Mouth breather. Yeah. It's funny. Well, I don't know that it's necessarily a mouth breather thing because I'm pretty sure I'll do that too. Where you're so in the zone. I don't know. It's like when you see guitar players, like when they're hitting those like certain licks, they're like literally sticking their tongue out.
Yeah, that Michael Jordan thing.
Yeah, Michael Jordan too. Yeah, I think it's kind of like in the zone.
I don't know that I ever stuck my tongue out while I was drawing. I may have though.
Yeah, well now you're going to be very aware of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to be thinking about, why are my taste buds all dried up?
Yeah.
No, I even when I'm tracing stuff with the lasso tool in Photoshop, I do the same thing. I hold my breath and try and keep that line as straight as possible or as in control as possible.
I knew you were a tracer.
Yep. Oh, we got some wisdom from Michael Bancroft. Mouth breathing is bad.
And that comes all the way from Australia. So
yeah, the further away it is, the more credence we give it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, if someone's coming all the way in from Australia to comment on it, it must be important.
Right, it must be important. Yep.
Hmm.
You know what sucks about markers? They start to dry when you're doing something important.
You running out of blue?
Yep.
What also sucks with markers is sometimes they don't dry fast enough and you run your hand over the top of them and you just like smudge something. And
I never had that problem.
You got to start mixing watercolor to match that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're just like that. You're like recreating like the color technique and everything. Not like Kelsey, who's
I'm recreating color too.
No, it's the modern era, Kelsey, all the way. He's like, screw the golden age, man.
Death Metal is asking what type of marker you're using.
Prisma.
Those Prismas, are they permanent?
Uh-oh.
What?
I don't know.
That could fade by the end of the show.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, do they what am I trying to say? Do they smear at all? Do they?
No. I mean, I think they're just as good as Copics. Like people used to like, oh, Copics is so much better. I'm like, no, not really.
They just say that because Adam Hughes was using Copics.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody used Copics. Like it's like all I hear about is Copics, using Copics.
Yeah.
I'm like, I use Crayola.
First time I even heard that brand was Adam Hughes was talking about using them, and I think that started the fad. Everybody thought they could mimic Adam Hughes.
Yeah.
Everybody's been trying.
Yeah. So David, are you hoping the marker will hydrate by resting it?
No, it does. Like, because if you're like flicking it starts to go back down, and what little bit of juice it has left.
Oh, I see. It's settling to the tip.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of what happens to me when I flick it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Kelsey Shannon. He's your old. I'm going to finish this.
Are you threatening us?
No,
Yeah.
like I can't believe it. I'm actually going to finish this.
You say that like that's what you think that's what we're thinking, that you're not going to finish it.
It is.
Well, I have not
I'll
done
show
that
you.
recently on this show.
Oh, okay. Well, you're just you keep reminding us that your history of failing.
Yeah, I know. I've been very disappointed in myself. I mean, anytime you look up and go, Kelsey's is better than mine. And
Just
so,
keep in mind that David's finished one thing on this show. I think that was last week.
that's true.
That ought to make you feel a little better about your progress.
David, how did you find that blue? It's like Golden Age Superman blue.
I know. Is that what it's called?
That'd be awesome if it was. Hold on, I gotta go find some other markers. See if I have another one of these.
He's going to go.
I'm gonna make some noise right now.
While you're at it, David, while you're at it, go outside and tell my painters to get.
Yeah. Get it together. They're like, hey, we don't take no orders from no black men. I'm like, what? Will today, mother.
What do you haven't painted?
Gary.
I'm reading. I'm reading Past Master
Thanks,
Dan,
Aaron.
but I'm not going to read that out loud. I'll allow Aaron to read it if he chooses.
What? Resaturate the nip is the sexiest thing you've ever said to me.
I found another one.
He said resaturate the nib.
Oh.
Nib.
Oh, I was doing it all wrong.
Too late. It's too late. I was doing it wrong.
Oh, that's good. That was funny, Kelsey.
It's kind of my thing.
So
Drawing obviously isn't
Did
good.
you guys give any thought to the Graybeard's sketchbook that we have to do here?
What do you mean give it thought? I thought that was your job.
No, hang on now. You guys
We just got to give our artwork to you and go,
No,
good luck.
you have to put your pages together for me, or
Oh.
at least have them like, high res and how you want them on the page. And basically, you're going to put your chapter together and send it to me. Then I will send that to a designer to get the book put together.
So what size of the book? Have you thought about that? That would help.
Well, no, I don't mean in terms of, formatting at this point. I meant in terms of like pieces you're going to use or pieces you want to use, or, that type of thing.
I can't hear you. What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that? Yeah. What? How many pieces? About what did you say? 20 or something?
Well, there's 64. It's going to be 64 pages. Each of us is going to have our own little chapter heading. So what is that? That's we'll have the. Let me think here. So it'll be the title
Kelsey,
page.
you're a genius. He's doing math instead of inking.
Yeah, I think my hand is counting and getting out the abacus. There'll be a title page. We'll leave the inside front cover blank, and that way any of you guys we can sketch on it or whatever if people want that. So it's going to be hardcover. So it'll be title page, it'll be the copyright page, and it'll be like a title page for whoever, and then so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5 out of the 64 pages are taken with stuff. So that gives us Better make that 6 so it's even.
We have time to redo all of our pieces.
Right?
No.
So it's 58 pages divided by 3. Carry the 2. Carry the 1. 3, 28 is 7, 9. Well, let's just say we're each going to have 20 pages, and I'll figure the rest of it out.
Okay.
So we'll each have 20 pages of art.
Oh, man.
Richie Cyber Dupe is saying all that noise is a $50 fine payable to all the chat.
Yes.
That's the reverse super chat.
No, he's talking about you doing math.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the reason I asked is because I have a folder set aside where I put all my Graybeard stuff in, and then I've gone through that folder and go, okay, this definitely has to be in the book, and put it in the book folder. So I at least kind of have an idea of what's going to be, But I'm going to start putting pressure on you guys probably in October. So, just so you know.
I didn't catch that. You're going to do what now?
I'm going to start applying pressure to you guys in October.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing I got them all finished, so we're good to go. I'll just put them in put them all on a blank sheet of paper and say, here you go.
Appreciate it.
Good luck, designer.
Yeah, let me know how it works out. Mail.
What in?
He's just back there shaking stuff.
What nation are you doing?
Tarnation, you're making Aaron curse.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian Norton has a interesting comment. He says, just back the book. Gary, fund my comic actually works for me. Indiegogo still says error when I try backing Aaron's campaign.
Oh, Indiegogo. Look at that.
I don't know. Who's that? Is that O'Brien?
Yeah.
Brian lives in Japan. I wonder if that has something to do with it. I don't know.
Well, there's no limit. Indiegogo, doesn't like people from Japan, I hear. So,
Did you miss,
sorry.
Kelsey, when I was talking to Aaron about how easily it was for me to set up my campaign
Oh, no.
page?
No, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, so it was easy, right? Yeah.
Well, I watched his YouTube stuff. Luke Stone has a YouTube channel, and he has a couple of tutorials, and I watched those. Actually, watching the YouTube tutorials took me longer than actually setting up the page.
Yeah.
You got to learn the system, man.
But I had all the stuff ready. I had the artwork ready and my blurbs written and all that stuff. So I just had to plug them in. And the banking thing, that was pretty easy. For some reason, it just clicked a couple buttons and it was done.
Yeah, I usually get like way more worried about that stuff. Thinking, oh my God, this is going to be a big pain, and it's really not. Especially the way they got it set up. No problem.
Mickey Mo, I'm sorry, I'm butchering this last name. Mickey Mosey says that sounds like a Yoko Ono concert.
That's David. He's a musician, talented guy.
Yeah.
Internet guy for $2 says, "Here's $2. Buy yourself something nice." Thank you. I will. Richie Cyberdupe says, "Did David fall into a pit of markers?" He's got like a big old one of those things they'd have at those like Chuck E. Cheese. Where you
the ball pit.
Yeah, marker pit. Brian, I told you, if you can't order Wraith of God, if we get down to it and I'm closing the campaign, you have to order, just contact me directly and I'll hook you up.
Aaron, help me out with he's a monster. I'm not sure what he's saying.
Is I, Derek, the Superman picture of Kelsey?
What?
Dig? I dig.
No,
oh,
no, no.
I dig.
Earlier one, the big one, the long one, behind the internet guys. Super chat.
Here we go. I'll cut out the legwork for you. You have to purchase Prince, or that Supergirl, or something else. I was interested in a Ghost Rider. Curious what it is so far, but I did buy some print tee.
Yeah, I don't get any of that.
Well, it's Latin, so it's a dead language. It says, I'll cut out the legwork for you. In other words, you don't have to do anything extra. That's how we achieve that. You have to purchase a print. I think he meant prints, not like Prince the singer, but a print that you would buy. Purchase print, or that Supergirl, or something else. So you have to buy print, the Supergirl art, or something else. I was interested in the Ghost Rider. Curious what it is so far, but I did buy some print.
Thank you, Aaron, for deciphering that for me.
No, I think basically what he's saying is that that he bought a print. He's curious about the Ghost Rider print or picture that you just showed, and wanted to know if it was available in a print, probably.
It's available in one of the superhero sets. I'm not selling them individually.
There you go. I think
it's not cost effective for me to sell them one at a time. I hope that's what you're asking.
Well, no, it gets even more convoluted. He says, I'm back. The prints, I got a notification for. So he
you keep saying prints. There's no prints.
It's print. It's got to be print. He bought a print, but he gets a notification for the book. Now he says to Kelsey, Superman picture is awesome.
Thank you. See, now that I completely understood.
Oh, no, this makes much more sense. He says, okay, that Prince callback, you're really dry it out.
If that was about Aaron, I understood that too.
Let's see. Okay, the Prince, call back, you're really dry it out.
He's talking about the marker.
Oh,
the marker's drying out, right? This is more fun than the show, trying to figure out what he's saying.
Well, it's getting a buy. Okay, but if you were to tell me the Superman, I miss Ghost Rider prints, how much?
Man, you about to turn me into Sam Jackson.
Yeah,
English, mother. Do you speak it?
Dumping all of us. You sound like that Charlie character on Sunny in Philadelphia. Try to decipher that. The Ghost Rider piece, the original, is not available. That's been sold. You can get the print of it in the superhero print set, but not individually. I hope I'm addressing your question.
And if not, just keep on sending us those chats. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, the Ghost Rider original is long gone. I don't have that.
What? Because you do a new one.
Well, yeah, I would commission a different one, not that exact same one, but different one.
I think he was saying that if Kelsey had actually drawn Superman in real life, that he would buy it from him, but he can't because it's on a computer screen in cyber.
So he has to settle for one of mine. That's what he's saying.
I think maybe you can decipher it. That's probably it.
All right, how much time we got? Are we almost there?
I don't know. My dog is in here begging for food, so it must be close to 4. It is. We have 9 minutes.
All right.
9 minutes.
And give me just enough time to sign it.
Is your signature that long?
Yeah, it takes a while. Computer, you got a shaky hand on computers, so you got to really work it hard to, get it up right, or whatever euphemism.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
you got to work it hard to get it upright. What in the world?
I can't. This is why it's taking me too long to write my name.
Aaron, you're doing a Nino thing in the foreground.
I am kind of, aren't I? Just have these
Yeah.
square sort of markers.
Except he would do them in one stroke. You're like drawing the shape and filling them in.
Yeah, his would be better. Yes, but.
Oh, gosh.
Are you having trouble?
Shut up, Shadnap.
Yeah, David may not. He might have to, color the arms.
Wait, are you saying he's probably not going to finish this episode?
Are you insinuating
What?
that possibly David Williams might not finish what he started on this show?
That's crazy talk.
I know. I'm embarrassed to even utter it out loud. David should be in Yellowstone Park, man. He's old reliable. No, you're gonna.
I think, David, it would actually be quicker if you watercolored the rest of it. If you just matched the color and then painted it.
Yeah.
You got that part
Instead of
right.
waiting.
It looks like he's wearing a t-shirt or something. He cut the sleeves off.
Yeah. He looks like Steve Rude.
Yeah, exactly.
It would kind of look like Beatty. That's Beatty.
Is that a Beatty thing?
Super
Beatty
Beatty.
goes around with sleeveless shirts.
Yeah.
I
He
didn't know
used
that.
to. I don't know if he does now, but back in the day, he was a Florida guy.
All right, this is the I forgot. There's this one issue that Kurt Swan did where Superman punched 2 large powdered donuts. So there you go.
Yeah. Must have missed that episode.
Yeah, I
Alan Moore
never
wrote it.
recall that.
Yeah, Alan Moore would have loved that one. Yeah.
Did you guys ever read that Alan Moore story? I guess Kurt Swan drawn it, the last Superman story or something it was called.
Is that the birthday one? Oh no, that was drawn by oh no, I forget.
Well, no, he actually, it's the last, I think it's called The Last Superman Story, and he leaves Earth and
Oh no. Mm-mm.
I guess they considered it sort of an Elseworld type story, but everybody talks about how great it was. I've never read it.
I like the
Hold
one.
on, you guys. I'm still thinking about donuts.
I like the one where they're trying to get him a birthday present, and they have all these different presents to give Superman on his birthday, or I think it's his birthday. And then they give him a reproduction or a thing that scans his brain and sends him back to Krypton. Yeah, I barely remember it. It was a long time ago. I just remember really enjoying it because it was stuff I'd never thought about before. It's that's not a bad. I thought Superman was boring. That's pretty good.
When was his birthday? On Christmas?
Yeah, maybe. That Jesus reference.
Mm-hmm.
When was his birthday? Does he have a birthday officially?
Probably when they discovered him, right? I would think. When he crash landed on Earth, would be that technically, wouldn't that be what he would consider his birthday?
Yeah, or maybe.
Yeah, see?
In the eyes of the government, though, what does that count?
I don't know. But are you going to tell Superman, that's not your birthday? I mean, pretty much do whatever
What's he
you want.
going to do? Kill me?
Aaron, could you read Art of Roy's suggestion to David? There's a word in there I can't pronounce.
Well, the prismas can be refilled, or this big one.
Yeah, the big one.
D. Williams, get a vice grip and yank off the. D. Williams, get a vice grip and yank off the brush tip end of the prismas and add a few drops of isopropyl alcohol into the ink receptacle. Wow, that's too many big words, but thank you, Art of Roy.
Yeah.
That sounds really sexy.
Yeah, I got the isopropyl. Okay, yank gave me a problem.
Robert Doan now is kind of putting a little salt in the wound, saying Kopech's are
Kopech's are so superior.
Poor David.
That'll teach you not to use Kopech's.
Yeah, what were you saying about?
3 minutes. Have you got that signature done yet, Kelsey?
Yeah, just about.
Well, the great thing is, if you screw up the signature, you can just erase it, start over.
What?
It's the digital way.
You could do that on digital? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, that changes the game.
Oh, so it's a game to you now?
I used to have to like print it out, blow it up, put it on a light box, scan it back in.
Yeah.
No, it's just a
Copy and paste it into the artwork.
Make Xeroxes, go schlep down to some Xerox store, then package it up and ship it off FedEx.
Oh man, back in the day.
And
Let's
hope
take a
it
look
gets
at,
there.
as we're winding down here, the last 2 minutes, as David is scrambling to figure out how he's going to finish that Superman.
I ain't scratching Jack.
Let's take a look at Gary's campaign because it's insane.
Insane in the campaign.
Come on, let's cross
This
that
over 1,000. Come on, you.
four-figure mark.
Yeah,
There you go. Woo!
Wow.
1,400.
You got 6% to go to meet the goal.
See if you
Wow,
sold.
thank you, everybody.
There's only 2 of those Art of Comic Book Inking books left. So
I'm
sold
wondering, I
6.
have a couple of copies that the covers are a little rough on them. If I could knock the price down, would people be interested? The inside's mint, the art boards are there, but the cover's not mint. Because those are going way faster than I expected. And that's all I have is those 8 copies that now there's, like you said, 2?
Yeah, well, if you sell those out, just put up a new thing saying, hey, I've got dinged copies available for whatever.
Yeah, I might do that if they sell out.
Oh, they'll sell out.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we need to keep pushing this. And you guys help Gary out by, posting the link too in your social media and getting it out there and retweeting.
Yes, I would definitely appreciate that if you shared this.
You guys know how it is. You guys in the chat make it all possible for us to do this, and we need your help. So we appreciate it very much.
I'll be right back.
Kelsey's self-sustaining, but everybody else needs help.
Yeah, Kelsey's got a machine. He's been doing this for a while. I've been on Twitter for about a year, maybe not even that. So yeah, I need social media help.
Wait a minute. Art of Roy is saying that you can refill microns. I didn't know that. Huh.
I think he just likes saying yank
I think you might be right.
and knob. I've done that with pit pens, refilled them with ink. I don't know about color.
Art of Roy says, I will break anything to see if I can fix it. Excellent. Well, time is up, gentlemen. Kelsey went to get like a steak sandwich, I think. So I don't know if we'll be seeing him. Maybe he's going to go out there and kill a gator.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to make sure I got everybody's. All right.
What, it's been too long since the last one, so he had to get up from his drawing table.
Exactly. I'm going to take a minute here while we're waiting for Kelsey. Oh, there he's back.
I'm back.
All right.
I was listening to everything you said.
I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
We weren't even talking about you.
Yeah, what are you talking about, man? Okay, let's do this. Let's share our finished pieces for the most part.
Oh, so just me, huh?
Yeah, oh, hang on now. Let's take a look at what I have to offer here before we get too.
Yeah. Is that Golden Age? I can't tell, but it is Superman.
That's awesome.
A little Golden Age S right there.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that the difference?
Yeah, look at the neckline here. It's all Golden Age, man. He's fighting a Golden Age robot too.
Okay.
He's buried in debris. I mean, this has got. Hey, let's face it, folks. This one's got it all.
True. That's good.
Let's face it.
I didn't want to face it, but I'm gonna have to.
That's what
Well, we
Stan
have to
Lang
face
always
it.
said, right? Let's face it, true believers. This one's got it all.
I like the hard edge inking that you're doing without the feathering and stuff. Like it's got a different kind of look. I dig it.
Yeah, it's like I want
More
to keep
graphic.
What the heck is?
That's my computer.
So
I told you I'm working on a computer.
He was all brush pen, and then the robot I used the calligraphy pen.
The other pen.
Calligraphy pen.
The other pen, yeah. I like the black placement on that robot. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you for spurring me to do it. But anyway, that's definitely top 3 today.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely top 3.
And
somewhere in there.
now let's see what the cheater Kelsey Shannon has to offer today.
It's a full print ready cover, ready to go for you. I got a Superman of whatever era. I don't give a this is Superman, and he's fighting off
Is that like
Cyberdiary? What's this guy's name?
Brainiac?
Brainiac. Yeah, Brainiac's coming in, and of course, he's not paying attention to
Lois is falling to her death.
Yeah, he'll get her in a second. I was working on my Muppet face for her.
That's perfect.
New Muppet face.
Phenomenon.
Yeah. But there you go. Little scenario. Superman fighting. Who's this guy's name again? Brainiac.
I enjoy your storytelling. I wish it was actual real art, but otherwise, it's.
What do you mean real art? It's all subjective.
Yeah.
Or Golden Age.
Or Golden Age.
There's gold in it. Look at that color right there. It's goldish.
If only you'd followed the rules of engagement here, but you did not. So therefore, you're disqualified from anything that might be considered a competition, which this show is not.
Which means I'm still in the top 3.
That's right. You're still in the top 3. John for $5 says, confused about ordering Gary's book. It says signed by Gary as default for both books, but then there's a way to change that, and it says 10.
Yeah, you can add on a signature for $10. That's what that is. So you can buy the book without the signature for 30, and then if you add on the signature, that's another 10.
But it says he says it's signed by Gary as a default. So why would you?
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. Though I'll look into that.
Okay.
You have to select that to get the $10 signature.
Look, it works this way too.
It kind of doesn't.
The building could be laying on the ground.
If his breath is like super bad and it's blowing Lois away, it could work. It could work
this way. Let's see, what works better. Hold on, let's test this. See, let me check my flip. Looks just as good that way.
He's showing off his digital prowess.
Oh wait, yeah. Let's get a quick recap while we're at it. Let's see. Starts off with a little bit of nothing.
Uh-huh.
It ends up with a lot of nothing. So there you go.
Yeah, John, I'm going to have to look into that.
He says, okay, I figured the 10 was for signature, but it shows signed by Gary as a default on the drop-down menu. So,
yeah, it shouldn't be default. The default should be just without the signature.
well, what Gary's saying, it's the fault of the programmer. It's computers, once again, screwing up our society, as Kelsey is showing us.
That is exactly. You took the words out of my mouth.
Computer too much power.
Making things better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now sit through the whole thing.
Do we have to?
Is there a faster way to watch this?
Yes.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
We
Nice.
saw it all in real time.
That's like those, those ads in newspapers. Draw pinky, and it shows like a little head a circle and then a finished drawing.
Yeah. So you start with the circle, and then you make an amazing drawing. There.
James GSR says Aaron loses because his whole show is digital.
What?
Don't
Aaron, how dare you?
Don't be throwing facts at me. Okay. That's the last thing I want to be looking at right now. Let's see what David Williams has given us.
Bam!
What? Oh my God. Talk about cheating.
Slow down, big fella.
I win.
Oh my gosh, not a competition. But can you show us powdered sugar Superman again?
There we go.
Come on. That's not even Superman. That's
it's not?
Man. That's
Oh,
Mole
okay.
Man or whatever.
Okay. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a nice piece. Well, so David's definitely there. We go.
There he is. Powdered Sugar Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All he needs is a little more blue, and he's got it done. That I'll give you credit, David. That looks like a Golden Age Superman. So you actually abided by the rule.
It does. It does.
Where
That's what I tend to do, but unlike you guys.
Yeah, it's almost as boring as one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Golden Age Superman.
Oh, the pen's back. Now, John, for another $5, says, now it won't let me buy the art book without me picking $100 option for a head sketch in the book.
Well,
What
see,
are you trying to pull, Gary?
Yeah, I did that on purpose. No one else is having these problems, John. I'll definitely will look into it. I suggest refreshing the page and starting over.
John
None of that stuff should be happening.
He says he wants to make sure to get one of those art of inking books that are left. So he's trying to get one of your last two, and the computer is working against it.
The best way to do it is to buy at least one of everything.
And then you're good to go.
Yeah. Just to be on the safe side.
We don't mean to be making light of your struggles, John, because obviously Gary appreciates you.
Yeah, absolutely. And in a few minutes when we're done here, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing that you might have to shut it down and try again. Because I don't know. Nobody else, I can't talk, has had this problem.
I usually give my computer a good kick. And it seems to work sometimes.
Well, in as well as Gary's book, the rest of us have campaigns. I want to run through them real quick here. This, of course, is my Wraith of God Blood Hunters. When we get to 150,000, we are knocking on the door, folks. There's one more stretch goal of free stuff, and everybody loves free stuff. We've got probably a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks tops before I close this down. So don't take too much time in your ordering. Get all kinds of free stuff like the Kit Carter trading card, the Dan Lawless Wraith of God card, the Garbage Man card, the Esther Queen of Hearts playing card. Adam Miller's pinup will be in there as well. A bunch of cover options. The link link to this campaign is in the description of this video, so you want to check that out. This should be going to the printer next week, so we're almost done. And then we've got Scribbles by our good friend Kelsey Shannon. People call him Kelsey the Cheater Shannon, but he won't cheat you on quality on this book. Wah, wah, wah. So you're less than $400 away from 20,000. Give a little sales pitch, Kelsey, here while we run through this.
This is a book I have.
Thanks very much. This is on Fund My Comic. You'll find the link in the description of this video. It's just, what is it, like 200 pages of layouts and sketches and stuff?
200 pages of all the art that you don't get to see, the art that makes the art that you love. There's a whole drawer full of it, and now I'm putting it in a book for you. See where it all began, all the construction lines and everything. The full figured sketches that I have.
Yeah, there's a full figured Anna right there.
Yeah, so there's literally thousands of drawings from hundreds of books
There's
from
that rabbit again.
many years worth of material, 200 pages. But each page, some of them have full page splashes like Gary, but other pages have 4 pages like that.
Yeah. So a great value here for $25, I think. Or is that the shirt? No, the book is 30.
Yeah.
The shirt's 25.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a Kelsey drinking heavy, there's your t-shirt. So again, back all these campaigns. This is good material. You won't find it in your local comic shop, but you'll find it right here on the internet, because everything good comes from the internet. Okay, and of course we have Allegiance Comics publication, Bass Reeves, West of Hell, drawn by the one and only David Williams. And the great thing about Bass Reeves is Dave actually finished the book, unlike the drawing on the show. So,
it's a good thing he didn't do it on the show.
that's right. But and you can get this with David's wraparound cover, which is a paperback, or you can get the hardcover with Andrew Robinson, who will be joining us next week right here on the show as a guest artist. How about that?
Excellent.
Nice.
Unless he bails out on us. But as far as I know, he will be here. So that'll be
Just
exciting.
make sure he doesn't watch this show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't want him coming in here thinking he doesn't have to finish the art for David. So setting unhealthy precedents. Well, I finished mine.
Oh, you did?
No,
all
it's
the
not in
shadow?
color. Where's the color?
Wait a minute. No. It doesn't have to be in color.
Oh, now it doesn't have to be.
I never
Remember all
said
the
it was
grief
gonna
you
be
would
in
give
color.
me
It's
when
ain't
mine
do
wasn't in
that.
color?
It's black and white, just like the 40s.
See how you are?
Black and white, man.
Only
See
one of
how
his
you
legs
are?
has shadow on it.
This ain't no
Black
Michael
and
Jackson song. All about black and white. So,
So, I think you're thinking of Ebony and Ivory, aren't you?
no.
Okay. All
Doesn't
right.
matter if it's black or white.
Okay.
You're as blind as a bat, and I can see. Oh,
You
sorry.
keep on jacking that song up.
Aaron, could you pull up one more piece on my window?
Yeah. There it is. Ooh.
Whoa.
That's not the one I was going to show.
Okay,
Wah,
you
wah,
win.
wah,
You win
wah.
this week.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked
Look
this
at the
one.
cross hatching. Are you kidding me? What is
Accidentally
wrong?
won this episode.
This is the one I wanted to show. That's the graphic novel character.
Right. So basically, Gary's ripping off my Kit Carter.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
up with
I'm
that?
ripping off Aaron, and I need you to back my art book to be able to do it.
For it's a good cause. Come on.
He's ripping
Yeah.
off Aaron and doing it right.
Oh. Okay. Here we go. No, that stuff is terrific. You'll find all this wonderful artwork in this great book of Gary's. Let's take one last look here before we head out the door. Where is it? There it is. So, okay, let's refresh. Survey says, ooh,
Nice.
35, 19 backers, moving right along.
Way to go! So I've reached the initial goal.
Excellent.
Wow. Now you're only like 9,000 in debt. So
Yeah, only 9,000 to go. Yeah.
that's right. Congrats.
Good job.
Very cool.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll be pumping this up on all the shows, and of course, Gary will be joining me Sunday on Aaron Live. So don't miss that. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. As always, we could not do this show without you. We really appreciate your contributions in the chat. Keeps us laughing, keeps us crying, keeps us humble. So there you go. Andrew Robinson next week, I hope, I believe. And until we meet you guys next, we will see you right here again next week on Graybeard's Studio. See y'all. Thank you. Night.
Bye.
Bye.